Oh, what do I got? I got my music. Let's Oh, I got to play downloads. Oh no, wait a minute. What I got? Sound recordings number 9. Hello, Michelle. Get some music going. Hi, Wendy Lou. Hey, Plan. Can you dig any deeper now? Hey, Tennessee. Good to see you. Terry. I'm going to make a correction on that. Not a fact. Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now. Terry, are you with the USCF? Hi, Helen. I know I smoke too much. Hello, sweet Jenna. Glenn. I love this tune. Hello, Estafo. Estafo, isn't it crazy? I'm going to talk about it. Aline. Aline was one of my very first people here when we just chit-chatted. I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now. Ooh, I missed. I think I wore a bra. You guys would be getting half a show here. Okay, Estefo. Thank you. This is why I always wear my hat. Susie Q. So, okay. Like, everyone knows I'm really low tech, right? So, I found something and I did something and I don't know how I did it. Yes, I do. Because I actually described to somebody how I did it. Hey, Bruce. And I've called in to Marfoogle many, many, many times. And he does. He showcases people. Hi, Gus. He showcases people and he sends over the MARFIA Love Mob. Well, I mean, I call in and I'm like, nah, don't do it. Because I never really had content. When I opened this channel, it was because they took AJ off air. And it was for everybody just to gather and have a place to really chat. And I didn't have the content. You know, I don't know the OBS. And I didn't really have the content. So I always passed it up. And I'm not going to get caught up in the sub count. I appreciate everyone's sub. And I know how YouTube works. But I want to let you know I'm almost at 1,500 subs. And the really awesome thing is almost 3,250 people watched this video. And that means more to me than, I mean, if people just want to stop and listen, that's fine. Because I do get a lot of truth out there. And if I don't get the truth right, I want somebody to come in and say, yeah, I think I think you got it wrong. So, and I read every comment, all of the love mob, the MARFIA Love Mob just was like, we're here from Foogle. And then here's a real bonus. So somebody called into Mike Morales yesterday and they mentioned the show. And I was like, get out. Because I love Mike Morales. And I remember way back during the Paradise Fires, that it really looked like they launched something and it just didn't go up. It came back down. And I've been watching him ever since. So I didn't get to see, I didn't hear the show yet where somebody had called in and mentioned the show. So I went back over to his, hi, Cindy Ham Kate, is it? So I didn't get to hear the audio and watch his show yet because I have literally, oh, sweet Jenna, guess what? After I did that live show and played that, Google signed me out. So I have no way to get to my email, my Vaughn Live, my Twitch, everything is through my Gmail account, which Google owns. And when I signed up for Google, it was under a different phone that I no longer have. So I have to recover my account. And the only good thing is I had that connected to an old email account. So even though I was typing in the numbers, they wouldn't let it go. But I mean, I'm like so overwhelmed, and everybody, I read everything. Thank you so much for the comments. And if y'all want to see me do something like, I don't know, OBS. No, Drop was supposed to help me with OBS yesterday. And anyone that has really been around, y'all know that we rent and we have a toxic mold issue. So this room is really bad. And it's not just like you can clean the walls and clean the carpet. It got down into the walls. So I did a 12-hour stream during the hurricane, and I was back here and I got really sick. I got an earache, my throat was sore. Hi, John Kennedy. Yeah, well, you know what, John? I do not plan to ever monetize the channel because they will take, hi, Dub, they will take 37%. And they're already, see, when I signed up, I agreed to share my information, not for them to sell my information and make a profit. So that's why, and I know Marv says if you really want to be a YouTuber, monetize and then you'll get seen. And it's just one of them things. However, I got a plan for something really, really cool that I want to do at the show. And as soon as I can get my email back, I might sign up for a Cash App. And what I'm going to do with the show is basically show up at a grocery store or even a dollar store to begin with. And because I make it, you know, we're not rich, but we pay our bills. So, you know, we don't take vacations. We don't do any of that. But I want to give back. And by giving back, times are tight. And come on, like if you're shopping at the dollar store, chances are you're trying to make things work. So like I was thinking, like if I roll up into the store and like the 13th customer, because I am my namesake, you know, ask them if it's okay if I videotape it, and anything they can carry without dropping through the store and put on a register, then I'll pay for it. And of course, to do that, it would have to be by video and by donations. So I know I love the Dollar General. Well, the Dollar Tree, the Dollar General, So anyway, I'm thinking about doing something really fun, and I'm into doing charity work, and I don't have the money to really donate big things, big places, but if people wanted to like throw $2, whatever. I mean, how much do you really think someone can carry through a dollar store? Not a whole lot. So, but it might help. I mean, what if that person can use $20 for gas? You know what I mean? So I thought that would be really fun. Now, one of the people, I have to make this correction. That audio came from the USCF, and that's the United States Civilian Forces. And I'd been listening to their audio for over a year. Every storm that comes, and anytime I can get into that, um, Gloom Tube, which sometimes gets to be a little bit of a rough chat room, but it's fun. Like when they do the live cams and they do, I don't know. I watched a 5 mile an hour cop chase one day, and people really goof around. But that's where I had gotten the audio from. But that was the 12-hour stream, and that's where I made this compilation from. And one of the dispatchers saw the audio that I put together and thanked me. They were like, "Thank you for putting us in a positive." Hi, Carolyn. A positive view. And I mean, I just thought that was really special. And of course, I said, "Get a hold of me. Here's my email." Right? This was before I found out that they totally, this that they locked me out of my email account. But what I want to do is I'm reaching out to her, and I'm going to do an online, oh, welcome, Colebrook. Thank you. I want to get her on as an interview, and then this way everybody can ask questions. And then yes, it is Einstein. It is. We're packing up to move. And yesterday I was moving around, and I took pictures. I don't know if it's an allergic reaction or if it's skin cancer, but I have like these huge things that are popping up on my head, and they're very painful. I lost a lot of hair. But anyway, I want to get I think it's Darlene. She's one of the dispatchers, and I thought it would be really cool that if somehow that everybody could ask questions and learn more about the operations they do. Now, from what I understand, for being a long-time listener during the emergencies, and they write tickets up and they send people out to go ahead. They dispatch people to go and literally rescue people. So naturally, when Dorian was coming up the coast, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm listening. Because if I needed to call in or get in touch and say, yeah, my house just blew away, and I don't know, my parrot got loose. Well, I don't think they would rescue my parrot. And here's the other really special thing. Most of these guys, they drive into these treacherous areas, very treacherous, and they go out with the specialties that they know, and they do the rescues. They do not get paid. So, and the one guy, literally, he had I think he had a Facebook page, and he was taking donations for gas. So I thought that by bringing her on and to continue their operations, I don't know, maybe we could send them pizzas. Maybe we could somehow get in touch with a BP, Texaco, whatever gas station of the choice. There was some Cajun navies, I believe. They sent, I think, 30 boats. It was either to Florida or here. But some of these guys are taking money out of their own pockets just to drive into these really dangerous areas. So I was thinking, by talking to her, maybe we could find a way. And like, I'm not rich, and I've donated to many, many channels. And even if it's $5, or maybe, somehow we can get them gas cards. And especially during the hurricane season, it's my belief that they do some really great things. So, it's light workers. Yes, Carolyn Lowe. So I'm hoping that she'll get in touch with me. Um, and I think that, when people do really good things, now I don't believe in the Red Cross. Every time there's donations, I mean, they found billions in Red Cross, the little metal things with the Red Cross on them, billions, maybe trillions of dollars. Now, I saw a clip of that, so I'm not like really sure what that was all about. But these are like just regular citizens, and maybe they know CPR or they know all that. Yeah, disposable anything. I mean, come on. Hillary took all that money for Haiti, over $3 million, and it never went to Haiti. And I got my own opinion about that deal. But and like for me, something like that, like I said, I do donate sometimes if I got extra money. Other YouTubers I know are struggling, I'll tuck a little money in an envelope and I'll just send it. Tribulation. Get in touch with Truth Seeker. Truth Seeker was on my stream the other night when I did the main video. So her channel is awesome. His is very awesome, and a lot of stuff about the borax. I'm not a doctor, I can't recommend it, but Truth Seeker has so much awesome stuff. Yeah, Sin, you saw that too. Did you seen the metal cases? Yeah, well, I'm not disposable. I'm not sure if it's not skin cancer. I think I looked up at 7. Let me show you a picture. I mean, I was on the phone with Drop and I could feel them coming out on my face. And I mean, naturally, I got the bag under my eyes. I just been sick for a really long time. So I was like sitting here, and because I can't see what's going on, but I can feel them when they pop out and they hurt. It feels like I got a little troll in my head just plucking the hair out. So it's really painful, and I was just sicker than a dog yesterday. Let me see, that's not a good picture. But I'll actually show you. I mean, don't mind the mess, but you can see where these things, they pop out, they're really sore. And when I looked it up, well, the doctor said she thought it was a hair follicle issue, but they're all over, and I've been like, they itch. They don't bleed. So it said it could be, let me see, it could be ringworm. Yeah, no, I don't have ringworm. I get my blood totally tested. They said it could be skin cancer. It could be an allergic reaction, which allergic reaction could be, but like I got all these brown spots and they're just all over, and they've progressed because of the house. So I got to find a better doctor. My doctor really sucks. So, I mean, this just hurt. The tea tree oil helped. And Drop sent me Fenu Time, and I've been taking them, and yeah, it's bad, and like I've been growing my hair. My hair is all the way down to my waist, and I've been growing it to donate to one of the children for the cancer. The one of them that doesn't cost, they don't charge anyone for the wig. So my hair is all the way down to my waist, and I don't want to lose it. You know what I mean? And so it might be. I wouldn't doubt it, little Allison. I've got RH negative, so I still don't know if Morgellons. I haven't researched into that, but I'd like to know if maybe it's set for one blood type or another. Yeah, right hands up. Got a stinking job. Hi, little Allison. So, anyway, if people, you're more than welcome to leave comments. Oh, and then the one thing I don't think I really want to talk about on the show is religion? Because what I had said at the end of that was basically, okay, I don't really know the Bible verses because I have MS and I have lesions on the left side of my brain. And I used to write poetry. I wrote for the world's largest poem for peace. I went to DC. I used to draw. I've been published not under my screen name, but I've been published 9 times. I wrote a book in 4th grade and I wrote a book in 5th grade. So on some things, especially the Bible, because it's so extensive, but I had said about going into the mountains and taking supplies. And of course, that kind of triggered someone. And they had actually thought that I didn't believe in Jesus, which nowhere did I say I didn't believe in Jesus. So I'm going to try to stay away from the religion aspect. And, you know, if for one thing, I've never pushed religion down anyone's throat, nor will I ever. And I never question people's authenticity on being a Christian, because if you really want to enlighten somebody and you want to get into the whole religion thing, you're not going to do it that way. You are going to automatically get somebody on the defensive side. So I'm not as well versed as many in the Bible, and so I'm not going to go there. So, well, disposable dad, you're right. And somebody was like, I was gonna sub until you bash Christians. And really, I wasn't bashing Christians. It was more of, I'm a prepper, and when I move, I'm gonna need a small U-Haul truck just to take my preps with. And if I'm going to go up into the mountains, you better believe I'm going to have seeds, I'm going to have soil, I'm going to have everything I'm going to need to grow things. Because here's the thing, I think when God is going to provide for you, God makes people like me, like Drop, like so many other preppers, they make us know that part that we have to, I'm sorry, sweet Jenna, that we have to prep. So when you go up into the mountains, God is putting that on people like us. And so yes, you know why? Because I'm saying G word. And this is something that Google does to me. Whenever I say the G word, they just buffer the heck out of me, and then people leave. So that's another reason why religion for me isn't a very good thing to talk about. Yeah, the G word, disposable. You notice I was talking the G word. But in any event, so the G-man, he works in mysterious ways, and sometimes it's through preppers, because we're not only prepping for us, we're putting extra food and extra seeds away to take care of other people. Mine get Vincent, mine got brown with ash on them, and I had looked them up, and because they get like a growth, and I think it's skin cancer. Either way, but yes, I am going to do that liver detox. Yes, my coffee dropped. I was so sick yesterday. I told you I was laying down to take a nap. Oh my God, this room just kicked my butt. I did the 12 hours back here. I woke up, I had a real bad sore throat. So I know you're really busy. We will do the OBS whenever you want to. I'm doing better today. I got a shower. Poor Drop, he's seen it after spending 12 hours back here. Because I took the tea tree oil. I mean, literally the mold lays on my skin. And I had the tea tree oil because I could feel those things coming up on my face. And I showed him the cotton ball, and he's like, oh my God. So I guess if I sit in one spot too long in my house, the mold will lay on me. 3%, hey. So I kept saying to Kev, I'm like, wow, wow. I couldn't believe I've gotten so many views. And I'm like, wow. I mean, I love apple cider vinegar, the oil, the organic. I put that on my with some organic honey. I use that on my salads. But yes, and it's very good for cleaning. Drop sent me a diffuser with thyme oil, and that's also helping killing it in the air. So I'm doing everything I possibly can. And I totally forgot. Oh, so I kept saying to Kev, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my God, look at all these subs. I never imagined it would be like this. So now the dilemma is can Aaron, can I come up with the content? I know not everybody's going to watch every show, and that's okay too. Some people are more interested in one thing than they are the other, and that's okay. I get it. I mean, I just had a small little room where we all just chit chatted, and I would play something I heard that was good. Um, so yes, and I couldn't believe it. Somebody called in to Mike Morales. I was like, get out of Dodge. So now, because I was promoted through the Marfoogle fam, thank you so much, so much, Dex and Adam and all the mods in Marfoogle. They laid the link, and now I got to put my best foot forward and stop that kind of like okay, I got to change my channel. I got to learn OBS, and I got to bring it. So it's overwhelming, and like I said, I'm not into monetizing it. It's more important for me to get the truth out there. And so, that's all okay. But I hope to do some really great things with the channel. And I've called in like so many times. I was like, nah, you know what, Marv? Nope, nope, don't even go there. But I had 411 subs on my own, which a lot of them had already come from the Foo fam. So, but wow, I just almost 1,500 subscribers, and last I checked, it was like 3,250 views. So thank you all very much, and I just hope I can bring it. I hope I can bring the content, and I hope that what I learn and what I know to be true, that I can bring it and share it. And also, if people have ideas, if there's something that you want to learn more about, or something that you have some information on, I'm going to work on hooking up a phone so people can call in. Yeah, right, sweet Jenna. I stopped talking about the G-Man. Thank you, Carolina. And so I had seen a few people that got promoted, and they were doing really, really good, and they got into a tit for tat, and I don't want to do that, because I got into a whole verbal brawl in a chat room, and then I had like these stalkers, and they made my life absolutely miserable, although I never told them that. And I don't want to go there. I really, I want this to be an enjoyable thing, and I don't want to hold on to every word that everyone else says, and then yeah, I don't want to go there. And I hope that some of the people that Marfoogle promoted, I hope they get back on track. And it's okay to disagree. Uh, I'll debate anyone, anytime on this channel. And the minute you start calling names, I'm going to hang up, because you're not going to get my attention by insulting me. And I think most people are like that. If you truly want to get your point across, sometimes, hey, Peta, sometimes maybe you're just not wording it right. And it's okay to be wrong. Sometimes a lot of us, maybe we're just not understanding it totally right. Jeff, here's the thing with the mods. I had a lot of mods in here. I had a room of mods. And I think what I'm going to do is each week there's a few people that are going to, I have to actually give them the wrench because I found them in my basement from before. But I think each show, what I'm going to do is probably give a few wrenches out so people even understand that. Like in Fugel's room, CJ Blaze, LCJC, who just lost their husband. I don't have a PayPal link, but she's a super mod. Um, Hi, Karen. But it was like I said, I wasn't prepared for this. So it's just like, wow, really, wow. And I just can't thank everybody enough. I just hope I can bring it. And Carolyn, exactly. I don't want the drama. Erin's seen firsthand what can go horribly wrong in a chat room. Aaron Tires, he used to stream on YouTube and he kind of got in trouble. So he's over on Twitch. And Aaron does, he is a survivor. He lives out in the woods and he gives, sometimes I say that we're his little pocket pals because he's taken us into some national forest areas. He showed us the Eternal Flame. He's traveled all the way to Washington. I actually won a silver dollar from his show, and he came all the way to North Carolina to give me that silver dollar. So he travels and he shows everybody what it's like. Aaron, you can drop a link for your channel if you like. Drop does phenomenal things. You can drop a link in here. Other people, I think you can actually drop a link because I don't have that portion turned off. Hey, Bruce. So like if you got some good content, and of course I agree with the call-in shows. So the only problem right now that I'm having is getting into my Gmail account. So but the call-in shows is where it's at, I believe. That's right, Cal Mitt Mitt. Yes. So I do, and like I said, I'll do the OBS and I'll be bringing some really cool stuff. I think it's the USCF. Isn't it, Susie Q? USCF? Because it's forces, United States. I just tried to look it up and no. I believe Darlene, which we all know from the Foo Fam, I believe she would have a lot more information. I'm hoping she sees, Darlene, when you see this, you just write me. I'll give you another email to get a hold of me. So, but yeah, there's I got some pretty cool ideas for the show, and I just this is really incredible. And I'm located outside of Raleigh, North Carolina. So naturally, when the storm was coming, and then we've got something else coming out there, and it might take the same track as Dorian did. I forgot what they're calling this one that's coming up. So, and I want to get with the US CF and see if I can stream directly from them. And then I'll stream exactly what I hear from y'all or from them. Coffee. So, and I hope anybody that's on the coast will tune into them because, like I said, 911, this is a small town. Even though fire rescue is probably within 2 miles of here, what if my cell service goes down? What if all I have is my internet? And we're not hardwired, which is something I'm going to look into. I want an actual hardwire phone. Hello, UK. Gotta love the UK. So, every tornado that touched down. Now, if y'all go back to the 12-hour show, you can hear. I mean, no one's actually going to spend 12 hours. It was just a stream for 12 hours, and I was, playing their stuff. But literally, as long as I had power and I had the internet, if they're in my area, I would have gotten a hold of them. Spray minister does stop global warming. The whole warming thing, I don't believe in it. They want to blame cow farts on it. Here's my solution. Okay, $25. $25. Get yourself some house plants. It eats up it eats up the CO2. They work off of the carbon monoxide. They work off the carbon monoxide. They give us the oxygen we need. There's a $25 cure that every American can help with. Yeah, calamity. Like I said, there are sometimes I just don't feel good. And of course I've got a really sucky doctor, and I was supposed to go back and get lung x-rays and everything else and blood work, and I was like, she sucks. Anything I've went in there and any problem I had, I mean, you go in there, you're in a lot of pain, you can't breathe, and she put me on Cymbalta. Okay, I had a lung issue, so I threw the Cymbalta away and I haven't been back. I did try it, but you don't give somebody with a lung issue Cymbalta. So, and of course, I got that whole issue with the whole big pharma. They give you one pill, and next thing you know, you're on a dozen because they start treating your the side effects. Clan, it's basically it's a money issue for one. Kev, he's pretty messed up. He's just we're waiting, and it ticks me off because somebody can walk over a border and get housing and food and medical. And this man spent 14 years in our armed service, got his ass shot at, and it's been 4 years, and he still doesn't have his VA benefits. And we're waiting on Social Security. So you have to have first, last security. Yes, I can sue the landlord because, that's just basic. You have to give somebody a healthy living area. And we've never been late with our rent. We've never had we've always paid our bills. So trying to find a place around here that's affordable with our income, it's hard. It's really hard. But I popped up at one of the churches. I did some charity. And the good news is once we move, one of the churches is going to help us with furniture. So the third Saturday of every month, I'm volunteering over there. No, sweet. So yeah, the third, and I ran into them because I got book bags for the grandkids. So it is Clan. It is. I don't know the area. My car broke down a year ago. I'm happy if I can. I actually found Chili's. Like, I don't know. I went to Kentucky Fried Chicken Christmas Eve. I know where the Kentucky Fried is. I do that maybe once a year. And then I found Chili's, and I found Lone Star. And I know where Walmart is. I know where the smoke shop is. Food Lion, Lowe's. No, Tina, my man is. Kevin, he's dealing with lung issues. Now, he did smoke, but I'm guessing it's from the mold because even the dog has lung issues. I mean, this is just a sick house. So I'm calling in the state. I'm having the house condemned so nobody else can live here. And I'm going to do a really good workup on mold. 70% of all homes have mold. And it depends what kind of mold, but we have the moisture. We have all the fantastic things that mold needs. Hi, Central Banker. We have all the fantastic things that mold needs to grow. So we're all having lung issues. It's Stachybococcus and the tea mold. I had scraped together enough money because I kept telling them there's something in the house making us sick. And it cost me $200 to get a company out here and test the house. Calamity, it's bad stuff. And I can't get Kev to realize. Kev looked at me like I was crazy. Now, yeah, I'm a little off. I'll admit that. But I did extensive research, and he was just like, everyone has mold. I mean, it causes ADD, ADHD, COPD. Now he smoked, and that's, he needs an environmental doctor, and I can't get him to do it. But once I get a new doctor, I'm going to say, I need an environmental doctor, because they know how to heal it. Plus, not to mention, Truth Seeker, people like Drop. There's and this is just a few people. There's so many people out there that know all the medicinal, the plants. I mean, come on. We look at the Native Indians, and we see that these people lived to be like 100 years old. Apparently, they knew something. Of course, that was before plastic and all the other things. Oh, yum. I want some corned beef and cabbage and red potatoes. I can't wait for fall to make all these great meals. Okay, Murdo, thank you for stopping. Winging it with Irish Colleen. Hey, great name. Finest Planet. Yeah, I'm basically treating the inside. Like, I can't really go into the rooms with carpeting and or any fabric. And this room's the worst. I got really sick, and I had come back here so Kev wouldn't get sick because he almost died in January. And I had spilled a little Pepsi. It was like, I don't know, spot this big. There wasn't a lot in there. And I had blotted it up, and you should have seen the mold. Just it took to that Pepsi. It was totally black. It looked like I had rubbed ashes into the carpet. So I threw my bed, my box spring, I pushed it out the back door, threw it, and I went to change the sheets, and because he'd been sleeping in there and I'd been sleeping on the sofa, I couldn't even go in my own bedroom. And I went to change the sheets for him, and there was gray. This mattress was tan. And I'm 4'11". I'm not even 5 foot tall, 120 pounds. I pushed that thing right out the back door, threw it up on the burn barrel, and just lit it up. So, and I had gotten rid of bags and bags of clothing and all that stuff. So, I mean, and thank God for, I love Marfoogle at night. And when I was down for almost 3 months with a lung issue, I just sit there at my little laptop on my on my lap, and I would sit there and I would just fall asleep, and I'd be, because I'm always active in the chat rooms. Hi, Ocean Cat. And I would like doze off, and then people would probably be talking. Yeah, Adeline, right? 4'11". So, but I pushed that stinking bed right out the door. I was like, enough. And then I finally figured it out. Sally, my mother was 4'9". My one brother hit 6'4". I don't know where, because my father was only like 5'9". So the one brother, he sprouted up. Everyone else is kind of tiny, but I'm the runt. Marfoogle does rock. And, some people think that he's got like a cult like going. I don't see it that way. I've been hanging out with the Foo Fam for almost a year. And I have met some great people: Carolyn Lowe, CJ Blaze, Drop, Brian Knight. I talk to these people. And it's a great thing. And the way his chat room runs, nobody gets tiffy in there. And it's a nice place to be. Your chat room can make or break you. Yeah, but people are entitled to their opinion, winging. You know what I mean? And So maybe some people think it's a cult. We laugh and we call it the Marfia. But it's a very tight knit. Am I doing what? Yes, I'm doing this. Hi, OTMW. You're live. Yeah, sweet Jenna, you want to hear? Oh, Lordy, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Yeah, right. Okay, I got to hang it up with the, I got a hearing issue. Yeah, well, we're little powerhouses. I'm telling you, I have knocked out 6'3" men with one shot. I had one guy, he threw a drink at me. I just looked at him and shook my head and went, pop! And because I got to jump up, right? I'm only 4'11". So you got my whole body weight going up. And then when the guy came to, he's like this, he's like, nice right cross, you know? So, and it's like that one pressure point right here. If you hit it, it doesn't matter what size you are, you can knock them out. Yeah, that woman was awesome. Very I did that whole thing on what was it? The Standard Hotel, Liberty Light News. He's a really great guy. He does a great show. And I fell down the rabbit hole about the Standard Hotel. And Jim Belushi died there. I didn't know about all that. But I fell deep down a rabbit hole on that. And I'm starting to wonder, well, the CEO stepped down and he's still getting 20%. So, and of course, I'm musically inclined. My guitar, my Yamaha guitar, it's out of tune. I haven't played. I'm hoping this is my first guitar, so I think I'm gonna probably get a smaller one because I have small fingers. Yeah, no, this is a Yamaha. I got it from a pawn shop. I got this really cool, it's I guess you call it a drum. I got my electric guitars, a keyboard, and even though I'm hearing impaired, I learn by ear, which is really weird. So, and I can't really carry a tune in a bucket to sing, but I sure do have fun, man. I hook up that mic and I got my amp going. And actually, I sang a few times on my channel. My Deft Girl Sings, that had like the most views. I'm like, that's like a bad train wreck. I had more views on a deaf girl singing than anything I ever produced. So, and okay, Hun has a dean. Hun has a dean, and he's really good. And so he tries to teach me, and the whole finger thing and the small hands, and yee, so that's kind of hard. But I think the next thing I'm gonna try is probably saxophone, because it might be easier on my fingers. So I don't know. Why not? And if not, I got a beautiful music collection. So if people ever stop by from out of town and they play music, here it is. So, but I just wanted to thank even Mike Morales. I mean, that's like, wow, I couldn't believe that. But the Foo Fam rocks. I do. You know what, Tina? Even though I had that issue, I'm telling you, I'm a windbag. I am such a windbag. And they got this beautiful saxophone at this, like I do. I hit that pawn shop a lot. Literally, this is my third piece of equipment that mysteriously fries ever since I went live. My main computer went. I had a 32-day-old laptop that the BIOS chip fried, and that seems to be a very big issue. I called into someone else's show to tell them what I found out about the BIOS chips. And that was the last phone call my phone ever made. And I tell you, people, all things are Google. When I went to go get my phone, and I was like, I had to go get a new phone, and I said, it wouldn't turn on, it wouldn't turn off. The phone was just gone. You know what they told me? And I use Boost. They said, you have to sign into your Google account in order to get your information off your phone. And I never went on Google with the phone. I think I followed maybe 4 YouTube links on the phone. The phone is the phone. I can't see good. I can't hear good. The phone is not my friend. Oh, man. Wingin', you should see my CD collection. I used to DJ. I had over 3,000 CDs. I'm rebuilding my collection. Yeah, Mike's great. So, yeah, so I'm thinking I might try the saxophone, and I just hope my eyes don't pop out in my head, because that's some hard blowing there. It's like, right? I think I should put band-aids right about here. And so anyway, I am hoping to do what I need to do. Yeah, well, I wear my cap because we have overhead lights, and in this room it's a fan and it's really hot in here. But I have seizure activity in my brain. So when the fan's going, because it gets hot back here when the overhead fan's going, it makes the light flicker. And if anyone knows anything about seizures, um, any strobing can throw you into a seizure. So my rockin' hat is usually to keep the light out. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to show people I got hair. So, oh, Laura, and I have opinions too. Everybody that knows me knows I got opinion on something. And, well, you know what they say about opinions. uh, So, and other than that, well, and I'll be packing up, and I'm still limping around the house, and I get tired a little bit. And here's one for the Marfoogle fam. I popped my spring in my sofa where I've been sleeping for over a year during a shout throw. Because y'all know, man, Adam starts rocking it, and we're all sitting there going like this, and we're just rocking out, right? Well, when I go like this, my body goes up and down, and that spring went boom. I was like, oh. So, and I sit right where like my back is, and that spring, and now it's just, oh, I can't wait to get rid of that sofa. So I popped a spring during the Marfoogle TV shout throw, and I'm still paying for it. And of course, you know what we do, right? Because we'll take every quilt in the house and stuff it there. So I had it built up too bad, and then my legs were going numb. I was like, oh, I can't wait to move, just so I can either sleep in a real bedroom, which would be really cool, or get a better sofa that I popped a spring, Jeff. I was rocking it. And I'm like, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and I'm just doing the Foogle dance, right? Boing! Okay, Finest Planet, you got it. And guys, I'm gonna come back to the chat, and I'm gonna try to come back and sub to all you guys. And I sub to over 1,000 people. So I don't catch every show from everyone, and it doesn't mean that I don't pop in. And I try to leave a message, even if it's like great job. And sometimes, man, I just get cruising on through the internet. You got seizures too, a mess like you. Yeah. Police sirens, if I'm driving, or the fire department, any of those lights, I get feeling really weird. Does that happen to you, little Allison? Wingington, I just hope that I can bring the content that everybody we're all like, it's a shame, okay? The whole news, all the mainstream, all they're doing is they've made a political arena. There's real stuff out there that people want to know. And in a way, if they didn't screw up so bad, people like Marfoogle, people like Mike Morales, people like Drop, people like Aaron the Tires, we wouldn't exist. And now because they screwed up so bad, it's like they want to bounce us out. And I'm gonna do exactly what Marfoogle does. Brian, hey, I want to promote people. And because if Marfoogle ever gets taken down, we and Marfoogle's right. Marf is right. If he gets taken down, we have been watching his format. We have been watching the content. And so we kind of know the way it's supposed to go. And so we can start as well. I don't want to be in a competition with anyone. You're either going to like me or you're not. And I've got a lot of hope and a lot of changes I want to make. Hey, Ari, to the channel. And but if they didn't screw up so bad, none of us would be here. Yeah, exactly, Kat. And so and we got so many people in the Foo Fam that know a lot about the OBS and everything else. And so every one of us that they knock down, I hope 100, 1,000, 10,000 come back. And that's why, it's very important to sub to each other. Like I was never ready. I was never ready for this. It I'm very proud. I'm very humbled that people are coming here. And, I got to do a crash course in OBS because I have to bring that content and, about the things. Now, I don't know if I'm going to, be on all the top things, and I might go to smaller things that I find interesting and, comment under the shows what you would like to see something. And because I'm pretty much housebound. So even if I'm not watching the YouTube, I am listening. Yeah, it does, Gus. Yeah, there was actually a fire department, and I was trying to ask them because I know the fire departments do a lot with the poor people and the kids. So there was someone I knew that wasn't going to have a Christmas, and I started blinking like this, and I was going like this, talking to the fireman, and he turned me around. He's like, "Do you have seizures?" Laura, I do enjoy. When I do my lives, I still want to do like the radio version, but I like the call-ins. I like when people call in. And pretty much, I guess if trolls are gonna call me, heads up, I like it when you breathe heavy. um, but and I because all of us need to be heard. Some of us don't want to do the channel. So, you know, some of us don't know how to work all that. So basically, if we just call in, then we can still get heard, our opinions or our knowledge that we have. We can, who's the mountain man? Oh my God, he's such a wealth of knowledge. So, and just there's so much knowledge out there. And sometimes people don't have time, and it's a tough world. I had Zoom drop. That's what happened with that one live I did where the flames were behind me. And I took it out of the computer. Bex kicked we out. So, and yeah, I'm a little familiar with the Zoom. And is it Zoom that you do the share screen with? Drop. I know it, Google Hangout, you can share screen. And I was even going to look to that and run that through the OBS. And then that way I can bring up content that I read. And I mean, I don't think anybody minds when I read, but I like to show the article I'm reading. I should call in and make a channel because of all the info I can share. Little Allison, I'll get you my number. And I mean, if everybody in here wants to get a paper and a pen, I'll put my number in, write it down, and then I'll take it off. I'll take it out of here. And you know, basically some things I'm not like really brushed up on, but you know, we could sit there and chit chat, and I can just do a little research so I can have an intelligent conversation with you. Drop today. Cool beans. I'm good. Yeah, I gotta find my Skype, and hopefully I remember my passcode. Google screwed me. And if Google screws you, let me tell you something. You're doing something right. You hit the truth. You hit something and they know it. And they can't demonetize me. Well, of course they could ban me, but I haven't really done anything wrong. Little Allison, it's all good. I mean, I'm just like you people. You know, I'm no big celebrity. I mean, I could have actually went into acting. I used to do modeling, and it was really weird because people would stare at you. So that was a little creepy. It's on my terms. Yeah, I'm sure PayPal is. And then of all things, my freaking debit card expired this month, and I'm still waiting, and I'm like, wait a minute, this seems a little weird here. I still haven't gotten my debit card. Everything Google I can't get into. All right, you guys ready? Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to do it really quick, so nobody type. Just stop typing. Get your pen, get your paper, because I have to be able to delete this, because this is my actual cell phone. And like I said, I don't know, man, if you want to crank call me, I like it when you breathe heavy. I haven't had any heavy breathing in my ear quite some time. So, okay, so here we go. Stop typing. What's my number? What's my number? All right, here we go. I'm dropping the number. Stop typing. Stop. Stop. Because, like, if I say it on air, then I can't go back and erase it. So this way I can take it right out of chat. Richard, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, do you promise? Okay. And it's going, gone. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh, that's messing you guys up writing that down, isn't it? There you go. Yeah, I shouldn't be smoked. And you know, one nice lady left in the comment that I really shouldn't smoke. Yeah, Drop, you don't need to write it down. I'm on speed dial. See, Jenna, did she really? Sweet Jenna, are you serious? Because I definitely want you to have my number. So, and then here's the good thing, because most of us are from the Foo Fam, and it's good to kind of exchange numbers. And I have a PO box, so if anybody wants to write, I send back really cute little Snoopy cards, or you know, because I love penmanship. My handwriting sometimes really sucks, but I put my PO box in, so I love sending cards. If you need to have a crazy look, oh yeah, my hair, you know, I have to get my one cat used to do my hair. Sure, fabrication. Yes, yes, absolutely. And then, but you are going to have to tell me your screen name, because what I do is I put you guys in my call list by your screen name, and I could put like your first name. Don't Google it, Foogle it. Little Allison, that's awesome. Hey, did you guys actually see my namesake at work? And did y'all see Marf's face? Marf, and you guys know Marf knows a lot of stuff that he can't actually talk about, right? Siamese, you can basically if you have an idea about something, um you want to get it out there, you call. But you know, now I gotta even watch my cursing. All right, well, I'll come back into the show. And I totally forgot what I was talking about. Oof. Brain fart. Ooh. Yeah, I need but yeah, and so like I said, you know, probably I'll go back and put my PO box in, and then that way, like I said, you know, it's good. It's good that we all keep in touch. I mean, we're not all going to get along. You know, there's some people that we're going to find are kind of people. You know what I mean? It's like there's some people you're kind of nice to, and you're like, "Hey, what's up?" But then there's other people that you really get along with. It's just like first hit, dropping me. Gus, he was a hard nut to crack. Let me tell you. Um, but when I met him, and he used to drop little links that were actually hints about stuff going on. So, but the whole writing thing and stuff like that, I think it's good, because if we lose the internet or we lose our cell phone service, and then if I get some information on something that's going on, then we're gonna have to go back to snail mail. So that's always good. And I actually I keep an address book, the old fashioned address book, and I write everybody in, you know, when I get their address and everything. Probably Brian. I roll my own. DM Marfoogle TV. It's MARFOOGLE TV. And he just made the name up. And we're still waiting for the t-shirts or the bumper stickers that say Google Marfoogle. And so we fool around with the Foogle word. Marf went on a vacation, and he had found an abandoned dog. And the whole chat room, we were trying to give it a name, and we were trying to stick with like the Foogle, because we say the Foogle fam, the Foo fam. So we really wanted them to name the dog. The best name I thought was McDougal. And I got, oh, you guys want to see what I got coming from McDougal? Because I'm gonna send a thing out for oh, I did show it. It's a little shirt that says security. And I got for his baby as soon as it comes, because yeah, CDM, the things you always want to know. I got these beautiful little angel wings and a little band for the baby's head. And literally, if he lays the baby kind of like on its knees with the little wings, and he can take some really cool pictures. So I had ordered that stuff. I'm waiting for it to come in to send a little gift. I just thought it was so precious. I might have a picture on my phone. So I'm going to send them, a little gift for the baby. Yeah, I think McDougal's cute. So we all mess around with the Foogle word. Even Marv, he'll be like, "Oh, I really Foogled that up." And me, I am the living Murphy's Law. I was born on a Friday 13th, and this is no joke. I have had some of the worst birthdays in my life. I had one birthday. My dad couldn't pay the bills. The power was off. None of my friends showed up for my birthday. I had another birthday. Our family dog, everybody went out. It died. I woke up with a dead dog in my hand. So it only, I don't even stress about things, and I really do expect the unexpected. And oh, it's okay. That dog hated me anyway. So, but I knew she was sick and there was nobody in the house. I mean, that's back when you could actually leave your kids at home when they were like 10 or 11. But I am so used to Murphy's Law. I swear to God, Murphy's Law is my twin. Oh, goodness, Calamity. I stay home, believe it or not. I stay home. It would probably be my luckiest day, as long as it don't fall on my birthday. So, um, yeah. And but I was like, how often does Marf ever have audio issues? And usually, oh, it's okay, Rebel. It was like 40 some years ago. I'm over it now. It wasn't such a good day then, but it's okay. Yeah, but KM, if you Google my name, I compete with over 2,000 cartoons. Who the heck, like, I even knew there was a cartoon named Murphy's Law. People are like, I can't find you. And I'm like, Bing me. You know what I mean? Bing me. Uh, it's a cozy chat room. It doesn't fly by yet. So, but yeah, but the look on Marv's face, he didn't even know there was an audio issue. I think exactly what I played on that. Exactly what I played on that, he knew. And naturally, whenever Google the powers that be mess with you, you're on the right track. And before they even swat this channel, I'll make a backup channel, and it'll be to like a Yahoo account, because all things Google. I'll even do a AOL. I will have enough accounts. Oh, ooh, ow! That spring got my back good last night. Raccoon, welcome. Take a chance, buy a lottery ticket. Calamity, I do once in a great while. I do buy lottery tickets. But I do better on scratch offs, and believe it or not, I used to. Now, I'm not a big gambler. So once in a while, he'll come home with 5 scratch offs, and I don't win big, but I have. My best thing that I ever did was, believe it or not, I used to win at Merv's. I used to live like 20 minutes outside of Atlantic City, and I would take $50 to the casino. And not only would I hang out for about 3 or 4 hours, but my body, and you guys are going to think like I'm like Twilight Zone, the makeup chemistry in my body messes with electrical things. My phone will go haywire. Whatever room I'm in, the lights blink. And I never knew it until someone else a couple years ago was like, how come every time you walk in here, my lights flicker? When you leave, it doesn't flicker. So way back 25 years ago, when I had my roofing company, uh, that's okay, little Allison. That's all right. So, rain days or something like that, once in a great while, every 3 months, something like that, I would go to the casino. And I was literally assaulted by an 80-year-old blue-haired woman in Merv Griffin's resort. But I would go there and I would always hit the progressive slot. I would walk in with 50, I would walk out with 900. And the one story with the lady with the blue hair, they used to do the senior citizen people. Like you could get the bus pass, and then they would give you like they'd give you like $10 or $20 in tokens, and then they'd give you a free lunch. So I'm in there and it's Christmas time, and I got my Christmas cap on and my little Christmas Santa boots. And, it's around Christmas, and they're playing like rocking around the Christmas tree. And I'm just like going like this, not playing three machines. So this old woman with blue hair walks up and she's like, I want that machine. Right. And her daughter was like really huge and she smelled really bad. So I got to like set the atmosphere for this. So I'm like, ma'am, I've been here for a few hours and I'm playing that machine. And that's the rules of the casino. Basically, as you could play 10 machines as long as you're actively playing them. Well, I was playing 3. So this woman, she gave me a hard time, right? And I'm like, no, I'm not giving it up. So next thing you know, the woman gets all tiffed. Oof, So yeah, right. So next thing you know, man, that thing hit all 7s. Ding, 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 ding. So I don't even know how much money I won because I liked playing the slots. So the woman stormed off in a huff. About a half hour later, she comes back and now she wants another machine. And I'm like, ma'am, I've been playing these games all morning long. Just go away. I'm trying to have a good time. So she's giving me, another little tiff. Sure enough, 7, it might have been cherry, 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 ding, 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 ding. All these quarters come flying out. So the third time she walks up, now she wants this machine. So she must have had it figured it out. Maybe this one hits this one. I don't know. I don't know how it worked out. But here she comes again, right? And next thing you know, now my little pom-pom sitting here. Well, this woman's like in my face at this point, and she starts poking that pom-pom. I said, ma'am, I don't care how old you are. My parents always taught me to respect my elders. But if you put your finger on me one more time, I'm going to rock your world. So after that, naturally, she baited me into that. And, I was backing up and everything. And so she baited me into it. She's like, security, security, because she really wanted these machines. So she made this huge scene in the dang casino. And all I wanted to do is go in there with my $50, blow it or make something. I didn't care. It was entertainment, right? You never go to a casino with anything more than you can afford to lose. So for me, it was like a day out. I was running a company. It was a rain day. I just wanted to do something. So next thing you know, security comes up and I'm like, roll that beautiful footage, right? So, and I'm like, you have to see. She keeps coming up and she put hands on me. And Yeah, I did tell her that. So she's all mad because now she can't get me arrested. She can't have my machines, and she starts huffing off. And the progressive hit. And I said, well, lady, make sure you take your pet skunk with you. And oh, by the way, God knows who the good ones are, right? So I had won like $1,400 for my trouble. And I was like, I wanted Mervs, you know. So and I know when to leave. I hit the progressive. I walked out of that casino with probably $2,000. But before I went and cashed out, because I mean, they come and they pay you out. Well, they used to, and they pay you out cash when you hit the progressive. So naturally, I put the money in my wallet. Now I had the super size, coin thing, right? I walked through that whole casino because they made her go on the other side of the casino so she would stop bothering me. Well, don't you know, I found that woman and I walked right up next to her and I put in not more than 10 coins. And I hit big next to her too. It was like sevens or whatever. And, and I said it again. I said, God takes care of the good ones. And I went and cashed out and went home. So the casinos can be, and I actually hit the casinos when my boyfriend literally took off. I had no money, and who knows what the heck he did. And I played the casinos that I didn't know. I didn't even give her a quarter. She aggravated me, and so, and that's what I was talking about. So through emotions or whatever, sometimes electronical things get messed up and lights will blink. I walked into the post office. Somebody sent me a packet and I didn't know. Actually, I had to sign for something, and a cop was walking in behind me, and I got scared because I was like, oh my God, what if somebody sent me a joint through the mail, right? And I walked into the post office and knocked out a whole row of lights. And I mean, they just went out. And of course, when I left, all the lights went back on. So I a couple of the streams I did, you could see the lights blink in my kitchen. So I have to be careful around electronics. And so I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe every time that woman agitated me, maybe it was an electrical thing, maybe, I don't know. I wish I knew, because if I could naturally, go to the casino and hit all three cherries, man, I would be doing some charity work then. You know it. I'd be like, you know it, man. You know it. And so another time I had very high. I've got some really cool pictures I'll share with you sometime, Carolyn, if I can get the other computer. Because I have actually tried to do a few things with concentration, and it does work. Dev! So, Colorado. I always want to go to Colorado. Is there any, cool places? Oh, and JB Gunner might call in. If nobody knows who JB Gunner is, okay, he gets a little raw, but oh my God, he's so funny. I hope to have him on the show one time. Allison, I went through gang stalking. I blackmailed my way out. Blackmail's not just for criminals anymore. I had figured out where I didn't know it was gang stalking at the time. And, I don't even know, but, maybe they're still out here, because I can sometimes feel something hitting and burning here. So I know the angle about, yes, Joe, he's so funny, but it would literally burn from here and then it would start burning down to my thighs. So, I was going to go out, and because there's a field behind me. Yeah, Rebel, I'm not a big smoker. And when I had the lung issue, I'm like a two-hit wonder, 2 hits and I wonder. I never was a smoker. Yeah, Dev, right? Okay, Carolyn. Maria, hello, Costa Rica. I basically, it's not that I was shy about going live. I just never had the content. I mean, basically, I would bring up some things that I had listened to, and I would let other people listen. Dev's been here since about day one. Adeline's been here since day one. Uh, Aaron, day one. I mean, these people were here day one, and we would just chit chat. Richard, get out. You know, I've heard that there's up to over 100 million illegals here in the States. Now, at best, if we have 320 million people in America and 1/3 of them are illegal, think about that, guys. Look what 3% did. Just saying. If these people don't get their way, maybe that's why they don't lock them up and do everything else. If they don't get their way, I mean, if these people wanted to, they could make things very rough. Oh, I was really shy in the beginning. Sorry, my hair's getting under my arms. I was really shy in the beginning, and I had tuned into April Lejeune. And I'm telling you, if you're pretty shy and you want, hi Central, if you're pretty shy and you basically want to go ahead and go on, find a really strong woman that is going to tell you, hey, you're out of here. I mean, she'll bounce people out of her room. She's got great information. And then I found my confidence. Hi, Carol. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. The Foo Fam hooked me up, Carol. I had well, last I looked, 3,000, almost 3,250 views, and I have almost 1,500 subs. How about that? Sweet Jenna, that's cool. Jeff, I've read that. And see, there's so many of us waking up. I mean, I'm still waking up. Good looking honky. Oh, an old porn star? Well, dude, I do you ever get tired of sex? Hold on. We got a good one, guys. Let's ask him. Good looking honky. If you were an old porn star, I mean, did you ever get tired of sex? Ever? I mean, ever? I mean, you definitely have to be conscious, very confident in what you're doing. You would have to have cameras up close, and we dropped you the link, Dev. It was the link at the end of the show. I've been trying to get you to sub to him. Yeah, well, I always wondered about that. A good looking honky. Did you ever see now? Okay, guys, I know this kind of, I got to keep a family show, but I'm real curious. I had an old friend that used to live next door to me, and he was a retired policeman from New York. And this is when I lived out in Florida. So, I mean, I was great friends. The guy literally bought me a place next to him and his wife. I mean, I've had two places bought from me. West Palm rocked. So anyway, one day I'm over there, and like, I never got into watching porn. It just doesn't do anything for me. Honestly, a man whispering in my ear would do more for me than literally watching stuff. So I never got that part. But there was one show that was out there, and the man was called Ben Dover. And that was about the funnest porn. I literally sat there. I watched 3 of his shows with a bunch of friends, and we were like, "No way, get out of there." So the only thing I mean, because like somebody did try to put porn on, and I was like, it's kind of sleazy. So what I ended up doing was bend over. He had content. That's what's wrong with porn. That man used to troll people in parking lots. And he'd be like, "Oh, my mom's coming. I'm trying to make her a dinner." And he'd be talking to him through the shopping thing. Now I'm sure it was all, I, I'm sure it was all part of the show. But yeah, right, Rebel. I don't know whatever. I mean, I was never a big thing. You got deleted. Clan gun. What? So, but that out of anything I'd ever seen, and because there was a bunch of friends there, it was our friend Tom, and I met this guy because I worked in a bar and I was actually a bartender at the time. And the guy went, and there's crazy money in West Palm Beach. He went to leave me a $300 tip. And I had bills coming up and I only needed $100. So I gave him the $200 back. I said, no, 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 this is way too much money. So that was the guy. He's like, "Oh, let me take you shopping." We would like all end up in a yacht, and he'd be like, "Oh, every outfit I tried on that the guy liked, he bought for me." He was like a fairy godfather, right? And then from that, I ended up getting a job as a first mate. So you could just roll into things in Florida. I ended up modeling for Yacht Magazine out there. So it was crazy stuff. West Palm is when you're in a very small town and you roll into West Palm and you got a good personality. It's like Wonderland. I really could not believe it was it was because see, well, I had my own business at 11. I started working when I was 12, paying taxes. And at 12, I was paying board at home. My mother charged me $50 a week. And I'm 12 years old. By 16, I was in management. By 27, I owned and operated my own business. Now, fabrication, you know what? Anybody can look it up online. There's some things I don't have, I won't say, but yeah, all the stuff is out there. I'm in a magazine. I'm in several magazines. I wrote poetry. That's all stuff that can be tracked. So the only regret I have in my life is that I didn't marry my high school sweetheart. So, but so I was always under, my mom was sick. I had to like drop out of high school and then I had to go back the following year. And I ran her business. I was doing books in 16 years old. I can find the people that cook the books. Literally, I've went into businesses and I found out where the money's going, how they were stealing the money. I can start a business with pretty much zero. No, Maria, in the comment section, one of the dispatchers left me a message. And I gave her my email and I'm locked out of my email. So I'm going to get her to call in. Gun, are you trying to call me? My phone's not ringing. Did I mute it or something? Oh, come on. No, it's up. Everything's up. I'm on. I'm up. But so when I rolled into West Palm, and I came from such of a small town that literally, oh, somebody did something. All right, where is it? Give me it. It made a noise. So when I rolled into West Palm, I didn't have all the responsibilities because, imagine being 16 and managing businesses. So I heard something, but it's not showing. Oh, that's numbers. Sorry. Durr. Yeah. Mm, nothing yet. And but there was so much fun out there, and like I was still my last year of high school. I was working in DC. Uh or no, that was right when I graduated. I used to work in a print shop. There you go, clan. And technically, guys, if you're out there, and ladies, never blow into someone's ear. They can get an ear infection. Yeah, that would be another show. Uh-oh. Now what did I touch? Great wazooks. No. Hey, I'm going to say VS. What the heck? Oh no, it's stuck. You gotta be kidding me. Get out of there. You gotta be kidding me. Come on, go. Shoot. Go. No. Oh, my aching ass. Sorry. Okay, okay. No, this needs to get out of here. No, now I'm going to VAP. What the heck is VAP? One day I literally ass typed. If nobody knows what ass typing is, it's kind of like when your phone gets lost on your sofa. And literally my butt, the one word it could spell was beer. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Oh no. Oh, okay, there it goes. Did I put the right number in? You guys are saying you're trying to text me. Overbuilt. Yeah, no, it was ass texting. And literally, I think I forwarded it to Kev. He was back in the room. I said, you're never going to believe this. Because I'm like looking, it's like A-A-A-Y-Y-Y. And it actually spelled beer. So I am a smart ass. Oh, goodness. But all right. So, just some fun things to do. I really did. I wanted to just let everybody know how much I appreciate the subs. And I definitely I got work to do. And I'll probably do a lot of uploads once I get the OBS and stuff like that. So it's probably not going to be all that great at first. So just bear with me, and then maybe try to do like a weekly live show. And then, we could just wing it. Winging it's cool. Clan! Are you serious? Okay, somebody actually text. I heard this. Let's see. 3%. I got your message. And fabrication hobby. I got you guys. It was the right number. Yay. Sweet Jenna, you're not blocked. I don't block anybody from my phone. Maybe you wrote it down wrong. 704. The area code 704. I know when I'm trying to hurry doing something, sometimes like a number gets Yeah, I got yours. I don't want to show it. Okay, hold on. I'll answer. I give you a smiley face. And who else is in? 3%. Got you. Yep. I texted you back, fabrication. So, the really cool thing about the internet, because, like, okay, I've lived here like, 5 years, and I have not made any friends here. And except the neighbors down the road, and they are like total alcoholics, and they would only like walk down when they needed a ride somewhere. It was a good thing neither of them had a license. But so like the internet to me is kind of like one of those things where we could be, it's just kind of like hanging out in my living room. And I did actually find out that doing a live show, I can get up and I could play music. I could play like a rock and roll song. Really, the only thing they do is give you a copyright strike. And if you're monetized, then they really spank you because they say, "Oh, we can't monetize." But well, I don't know, JB, if his videos somehow he plays the rock and roll, he'll go for a break and he'll leave a song on, and he's still there. So I think it has to do with the monetization. Now, I was banned worldwide on Christmas for playing Christmas music. Nothing better you could ever get banned for, right? So, oh goodness. Dennis, hello. I'm trying to keep my shirt on here. Apparently, I picked this shirt up in the ladies section and not the junior section, so that's why I can always still dress cool. So that's really neat. I still get to shop in the juniors. I'm going to raid Drop's daughter's closet. This chat is your 6th time chatting ever. Marf was little Allison. It's great. Like I said, and sometimes I joke and I say the internet has actually given names to my imaginary friends. So you guys are all considered, my friends, and I get in a lot of really in-depth conversations with people. Gus. Hey, Reb. Is that Rebel Snarful? And there you go, Clan. Little Allison, well, we'll just have to work on you. We'll get you out of that little shell. And now just to let you know, there's some real buttheads out there. And but knowing who you are, if I ever see anyone pick on you, I'll step up and I'll make sure they don't do that. Even if I have to just divert their attention, because I can take it. See, me personally, I'm not the one you want to get into a verbal tiff with. Attendant rules in this country, silly. Well, you know what, Overbuilt, the way I see it, if you don't like what I have to say, it's just like TV, change the channel. Yeah, I'm a Leo, little Allison. My father was Cancer, my mother was Gemini. I get along great with Cancers and Geminis. It is Drop's fault. It's always Drop's fault. Or Gus's. Yeah, well, did anybody oh, it's too bad I can't share the footage. The Boston Straight Pride Parade. Did you see what the cops did to the protesters out there? You know how like Antifa, and I don't know why they bother protesting. If you've got that much time to sit in the middle of the street and protest, I mean, every weekend someone's protesting about everything. Personally, I like writing my Congress people. You know what I mean? Or calling them. Calling them's a lot more fun. You know what I mean? Because I can keep them on the phone for 2 hours, and sometimes they just hang up on me. But so the cops in Boston, with the parade, all these people were and everything, right? They turned the sirens, and you know how they use the bullhorns, right? They're always like and shouting and yelling and everything else. It is, Gilbert. Tina, we know. Sometimes I have to leave a message. But I have actually helped Trump stay alive on this platform. Um, and this is my truth. This is my proof of the truth. One of the very first videos I did, because I lost another channel, was I trolled CNN, and I helped get CNN taken down twice after they took down AJ. So I had all this time on my hands, right? Well, literally, there was one guy in there saying he was going to shoot, shoot, pew, 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 T-Man. So with that, what I did is I took pictures. I called, I sent it to the FBI. I sent it to ICE. And then I made a slideshow about it to show what kind of violence that CNN promoted. So the man that actually was writing that in CNN, he was out there, I believe it was the Philippines, and T-Man, T-Man was actually supposed to be there 2 weeks later, and the guy was arrested and found with guns. And the other thing, remember when the West Wing got upgraded? He said, "Oh yeah, we're going to remodel it." I had actually written Trump, man. I'm so afraid to say that word because I'll buffer. And I told him the bugs were in the walls, in the ceilings, and in the floors. And about 10 days later, that's when they started doing the West Wing. I used to have a signed letter from him. And that's when they found all the listening devices. And so, so yeah, I did two really cool things. I'm happy about it. And they found listening devices all the way back to Nixon. They were just popping them puppies in the wall. So I did my part. I'm a patriot. And I got the really cool mega. I had this room hooked up. That's like a limited edition. Siamese. There's my T-Man. I'm gifted. And sometimes I know things. That's, you have to kind of know what I'm saying. And so it came to me and I delivered the message. So yeah, and I was right. I was absolutely right. Obviously, they found stuff all the way from Nixon in there. Yeah, right. Yeah. You should there was another show I did about paradise. I was just talking to Drop about it the other night. And I had seen something in a video, and it was about a vehicle called Old Smoky. And as soon as I seen the video, I was so blown away. I was so exhausted for 3.5 days. What I saw just blew my mind. I think I went live and I told people what I saw, and that was it. Yeah, little Allison, we were never told, because I called out every name that they said perished. And the only ones, because I said, well, there has to be a connection. And I was going to try to look people up on Facebook and everything else. There was 86 people. I had every name. And the only thing they had in common is they were all disabled. And some of the people couldn't leave, but they never said anything about the people that perished in the vehicles. I mean, if you remember the footage, literally there was all that traffic, and like this car would just poof, and then that car poof. So it's psychotronic. I believe it. My ears have been ringing for a year and a half, and besides being a little on the edge, I mean, it might be a electric issue here. I'm not sure, but and it's deafening, and you never get peace and quiet. Um, and then again, maybe I need a smart meter cover. I don't know, but my ears have been ringing for so long, and I don't even sleep that much. I sleep about 3 hours, maybe about 3 hours, unless I get sick, I get more sleep. But the sleep's great because I get silence. But other than that, I deal with ringing in my ears. It gets distracting. Adeline, I literally I went to a neurologist, and because I had and it didn't happen because of the head injuries. And they didn't even want to like look into it. They're like, nothing we can do. So it could be the house, it could be anything. But we do maybe I might upload a ride from here up to it's within 2 miles. They have a huge 5G tower. Raleigh, North Carolina was one of the first cities to get 5G installed. So I'm even going to look into a good earwax removal. Maybe, maybe my little hair follicles are messed up. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time, sweet Jenna. Let me know when you're ready, sweet Jenna. I do it one more time. Yeah, well, Raleigh is we have one of the top 5 growths. Yeah, it's a weird pitch. Like I've had my ears ring. It sounds like an ear test, but this is annoying noise pitch. Yeah, exactly, Calamity. And we didn't hear, they didn't, what was it, Butte County? I think it's Butte County. They didn't list any of that. Everyone, I had the names. I have it written down somewhere. I can find it. I had the names and their ages. There were no children there. And the only thing they all had in common, but I did find out there in Paradise, most of those people had the rights to minerals. And it was kind of an unknown fact that there was a lot of gold in Paradise. And I think Alyssa Milano had a place out there. I don't think her place burned. Isn't that something amazing? Oh, I hope not. Well, you saw what they were doing in no, I actually want to watch the movie I Pet 2. Yeah, KM, right? Yeah, well, I think she did too much Charmed. I used to love that show because it was supposed to be good fighting evil. You know what I mean? I didn't like about all the twinkle twinkle, but I found it very entertaining. And she started getting them weird tattoos, chopped all her hair off, and there you have it. It is calamity. I agree. And you know what? Because Kev did communications and guns. That's what he specialized in. And sometimes he's a little behind. And I'm like, 5G's bad, 5G. He's like, oh no, it's not. No, it's not. So finally he looked into it, and he was like pale. He's like, you're right. 5G is bad. If we doesn't live there, they were gonna come out to the deep State wasn't going to have it. So, oh, exactly. Agenda 21 is now. All this crap in the skies, in the water. They're letting in all these people from third world countries because they don't want smart people like us. Because, see, we woke up. We know. And most of us are paying off our credit cards. So you imagine with all these third world countries, they're saying, yes, pay your bills and we'll give you good credit. Right? So they're the new slaves. And I don't mean that derogatory, but basically, these people are going to want nice things just like we all did. And they're going to give them credit. And these poor people are going to work their butts off so they can pay that credit card bill. If that ain't slavery, I don't know what it is. I would much rather borrow money from the mob. I know, you know what I mean? I got 1 month to pay it off or they break my legs. And that's just the first warning if I can't pay. These people extort, what, 27, 29%? So that means, hold on, where's my change at? Because we got to do the change. Children, if by chance, even though you go to college, okay, you think you know how things are, I'm going to loan you this $1. See, there's 4 quarters. There's 4 quarters. That's $1, right? I want that $1 back next month, and I'm going to charge you 27 cents. Yes, that's 2 dimes, a nickel, and 2 pennies. For every $1 I give you, I'm going to charge you 27 cents. And oh, by the way, if you don't give it to me that day, your late fee is $35. Now think about that. For $1, you owe me 27 cents. And if you can't pay it, I'm going to charge you $35. So then you owe me $36.27 for $1. And that's exactly how credit cards work. So, okay, here it is. You ready? There it is. So, and most kids don't know this. And I come from, we were poor growing up and we saved and we got stuff. But once credit cards came out, I mean, if you notice, that's the real struggle. And people go off on boomers. Oh, y'all bought up all the land when it was cheap. My parents, the mortgage on their house was like, okay, they mortgaged $8,000. Our monthly mortgage was $78. And what the young people, Generation X and all those people, what they don't get is, I don't know, maybe the going rate, the minimum wage was like 75 cents. And I think when I started working, it was $3 and some cents an hour. So, and still, I mean, insurance was so expensive. I had to work 2 jobs, just to pay my insurance on my car. So it wasn't really all that. Yeah, $78. But like I said, if minimum wage was even 75 cents or $1, do you know how hard my parents had to work just to come up with that $78? And they had 4 kids that they had to feed. And. So, is it overpriced now? Yeah, I think so. Little Allison, I heard about that. I heard that was no big accident. Well, they didn't really start giving 25 cent raise until about the 80s. And because otherwise it was 5 or 10 cents. And then at one point, 25 cents was almost an insult. Everybody wanted, a dollar raise. And that didn't really happen. So oh, John, they're doing it to our food. They're doing it to our water. They're doing it everywhere. Let's see who we got. Sweet Jenna. Yay. Awesome. You got it. Who else do we got here? Oh, awesome. I'm going to go get I do have my charger right here. If anybody wants to call in, you go live if you want. Hold on one second. Yep, I knew that was going to do that. As soon as I should have went and got the other cord. Well, we are, and I'm telling you, they're literally bringing in the new slaves. Because don't think when you don't have credit, people do send you, hey, you're pre-selected. Don't think that these people, they're giving them housing on someone else's expense. You know what I mean? So our tax money is going to house them, to feed them, to give them medical insurance. And this big fat banker somewhere is offering them a credit card. And they're making 29 cents a dollar. So, and we're all trying to get out of debt. We figured it out. We're like, yeah, especially if you're like older, you're like, I'm paying off this credit card. I'm done. I'm cutting it up. And, what do we got here? Hey, hello, how are you? I'm making sure I text back so y'all know that you got the right number. Okay. So if you guys are texting in, I'm trying to get you phones open. If you guys want to call in and shoot the stream, I figure I'll close out at 5. I just get to talking. I could do marathon streams. I don't know. I think if those dispatcher people need somebody to do a marathon to raise some money for those nice rescues, I think I'm in. Because I get to sit here and talk, and maybe I ought to make them the offer. I mean, I can't afford to really donate, but I got time. I got lots of time. Brian, brutally honest is great. New England, it's very much speculated that we already have Bola here. And I'm deliberately saying that wrong. We all know the Fugal way. Awesome. Spiritual, are you native? I got a bouncing puppy. Yeah, sweet. Jenna, it looked awful here today. Yeah, I'm trying really hard not to say the words. Yes, as in Native Indian. My stepdad was half Cherokee and half Irish. He taught me how to hunt, and he really taught me how to appreciate things. My stepdad, right here in my heart. Oh, Clyde, Cindy, you do hair awesome. I cut my own hair, believe it or not. I do a little bit of a trim, and I still do my fair. It's long again. I mean, the stuff is curly. I definitely gotta do it. Oh, from the Caribbean. I didn't know we had natives in the Caribbean. Yeah, Native America. Okay, Joe. I have one friend that I absolutely adore. He's native, and um, I've always got I get along with people for the most part. I don't care if you're a green alien, you probably end up. I'd be like, "Come here," and we would be friends. Um, Sometimes I say stupid things, but I'm only human. And as long as I realize it was offensive and say I'm sorry, well, I guess we go on from there, you know? Let's see what we got going on here. I got a picture coming in. Wow. That's beautiful. I can't show you because the number's on here, guys. That is awesome. Jenna, I love kitties. Said, come on, step right up. Who's calling in? I put you right on the show live. No, Rebel, I am in North Carolina. 704 is actually a Charlotte area code. I just never change my number. Usually I don't stay in the same place more than a year or two when I move. They're going to have a hard time catching up with me. I'm always an address behind. I figure sooner or later they're going to be after me. Little Allison, I am learning to download videos, and I am going to start documenting. And I'm going to get the little memory chips and download them right the memory chips. I saw that, Calamity. Now, come on, Calamity. Think about it. If they're hiring, you think maybe we already have people here with it. Just like all those nice people coming from Africa, they're coming with wads of $100 bills. We have spiritual. And exactly what America did to the native Indians here is horrible. That was all biological warfare. And Shawnee, you guys are like really, you guys were bad butts, man. Shawnee Indians. Bert, yeah, we're gonna get a 1-2 punch here, Gus. Is it J Stone 78? She did a great thing with her bug out bag. I did the bug out bag already. But I don't know. My bug out bag was huge. It weighed 64 pounds. I had friends watching the show. I went to pick that thing up, and all they heard was thump. And when I went back over to sit down, someone was like, "Did she fall over?" Little Allison, I hope it stays that way. Marfoogle sets really a great example of the way everybody should get along. And I think somehow there's a lot of really good people out there. And I think we're gonna come up with a way to reach other people. And there's gotta be a way to reach them, because I really don't want to see half of America fight the other half. I think that would be really stupid, just over disagreements. We just got to learn to talk to each other again. Hi, Sherry. Karen, why did you time out Sweet Jenna? Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, Sweet Jenna, she must have hit something wrong. I'm sorry, hon. You'll come back in 5 minutes. I'm telling you, the thing was there. I was like, there's no way. I'm not bugging out. There's no way I can bug out. I can't carry my bug out bag unless it's from here to the car. I know. No, it was Karen. I think Karen hit something. So and my he's 66 years old. We ain't bugging out. We're staying in. He could still see good and shoot good, so I'm worried about anything. Yeah, I figured that, Karen. I was like, no, because sometimes, um, Sweet Jenna, a lot of times, if you scroll over someone, hey, Dallas, if you go over and scroll over someone's name, there's 3 dots. And then on that, it gives you a choice, and then you can go over and go to their channel. So she might have tried to like go to someone's channel. It was by mistake. Well, fabrication, you know what I say? There is no safe zone, like these little quiet zones that the left wants. And oh, you can't raise your hand or clap because it bothers them. Yeah, what are they going to do if it's a freaking all out war? Those pew 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 make a lot of bang 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 noise noise noise, and there is no safe place on a battlefield. And it's not a video game. This would be the real deal. So people have to realize that, and people need to learn to agree to disagree. I may not always be right, and it's okay. You can't always be right, and someone can't always be wrong. People just need to learn how to talk again, and people don't do that. And Dayton, Texas. Sherry, look up Agenda 30. They want stack and pack cities. All these, like, in all these areas that you're seeing the flooding and the fires, okay, they want people to be in the populated. And here's where it's not going to work. Don't worry about it, Karen. Just when she comes in, just say sorry. You figure, like, say in a major city, maybe it's 1 million people. Can you imagine 30 million people in a city? Okay, and you're going to have people talking all different languages, and we don't know those people that come in from Somalia. They're just very violent people. But see, first they got to do Agenda 21. They're going to release a bunch of diseases that's going to kill off a lot of the population, and the remaining people, I think I'm almost starting to think that the loss of it's a compact city, buildings high up. There's no farmland in the city. You got apartment buildings, massive. Exactly. Now, when you got the massive flooding and everything's ruined, well, people need to find another home. That home is not going to be livable. For one, it's going to have mold. I still have not heard from our farmers. If you're a farmer and you're out in our Midwest, honestly, uh, get with the channel, call in. I want to know where the people went. What are you people doing? Are you losing your houses? Where are you moving to? Or upload videos and tell us about your life and what's going on. As spiritual, I can't. I lived in an apartment building and it wasn't even a high one, and I can't do it. I can't do it. I had people peeking in my windows. I had weird things happen. I just don't want to live that close to anyone. And besides that, I have a parrot and she's noisy. Sherry, yeah, I'm gonna do something and I'll be scanning. I don't know. I'm gonna find some information. I want to know where's our farmers. I see aerial footage. I see no cars. The last I saw it was still underwater. Yeah, and Joe have people live in the streets and poop in the streets, and there's a whole lot of stuff. That would kill, that would kill the people that smoke and drink, but what about the people that don't? Jeff, I don't buy real cigarettes. I roll my own because it's too expensive. It cost me $30, and he does calamity, and like I'm gonna have to start. I do. I smoke. I'm nervous. I'm gonna have to bring my vape in because I want to stop smoking online. And well, during the hurricane, I drank one beer, so yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, and I don't even know. MJ, what scares me is all these people wanting to find out their DNA test, and they're willingly just giving up their DNA. What if this DNA information is being sold to laboratories? Like, if anybody knows anything about Rh negative people, okay, what if they're taking that blood and deciding that one class of blood group shouldn't be allowed to live and they wanted to exterminate us? Well, don't you think they're messing around with our blood in a lab somewhere? And then they're going to figure out exactly it is, Brian. I don't have concrete evidence, but I know it is. But what if they want to exterminate one specific blood group? Yeah, Jeff, it's up till 9/12, and they do it every year, Jeff. And my hun served 14 years, and he's been involved with a lot of the training. And we're right outside of Raleigh. We've seen nothing. I've seen a few military helicopters go over, but it hasn't looked like Red Dawn here. Yeah, Dev, I do. I with the troubles I'm having, I need to quit smoking. We're being what? Syria rated? Se- Um, yeah. Is that negative or positive, Rebel? So am I, Jamie. Jamie, do you have that wild eye? Do you have a lazy eye? Because everybody I've actually talked to, they have a lazy. I gotta get eyeglasses because I've been having a real bad problem. And you guys will notice with the special blood types that when we meet, it's like we know each other and we just fall in like we're just like old time friends. Yes, Jamie, absolutely. Oh, I can tell some stories on that. And but yeah, I believe yes. And also in my with I had a they actually did do my I think they did my DNA through my spine, and that was to figure out why I was having neurological issues and everything. And there's I don't know if it's a gene. I'm missing a gene or something, a Y gene or something like that. And that's exactly calamity. I see it coming. If they can't, and of course they can't make this huge flood. So some areas are burning, some areas are flooding. Now the East Coast, I already knew we were going to get hit by the hurricanes. So all these homes that are going to be destroyed and everything else, where do you think them people are going to go? Not everybody's going to be able to rebuild. Like we rent. If this place got destroyed tomorrow, yeah, and the levees, my landlord would never be able to put another place up, so this lot would be empty. I'm sorry, sweet Jenna. Did you see Karen? She screwed up. Yeah, little Allison. The only reason I know, we were told we were German and all this stuff. My sister gave up her DNA. Now my doctor he checked my DNA because of medical issues, but I'm sure that can be hacked or something. Tina, I'm sorry. There's Tina, on my last video that everybody subbed to, find Truth Seeker. Truth Seeker has lots and lots of natural advice. I don't believe Truth Seeker is a doctor, but Truth Seeker knows the herbs. And if you get to chit chatting, great advice on what you can get over the counter. Drop, I saw that. Drop, don't go there. I already saw that. Why do you think we have so many illegals coming in? They're just going to pop up. The normal people that used to live there, they're just gone. Well, see, if like say, okay, what just happened over there in Bahamas? They have to get those people off the island. Okay. All these people may load up on a boat, right? Who's to say all those boats are going to make it to America? And last year when we had the other all right, Aaron. Last year when Florence hit, there were a few shelters that they came in with guns drawn. And they made people load up on a bus. I mean, people were hiding and jumping over things, and it was crazy. And oh my goodness, it was nuts out there. It was absolutely nuts. So the last place I'm going to show up, and the people from Paradise, they were in the Walmart designated parking lots, and they took the people's guns. Yeah, it's a mess over there. I'm gonna dig. I'm gonna try to make up a compilation of pictures, audio. Um, 51 degrees. Oh no, 51 years old. Yeah, sweet Jenna, are you negative? And here's the odd thing. I never knew what a lazy eye meant until I tried to get close up on something and I did like a selfie and the one eye was like this way and I was like, oh man. And that thing's been going nuts. This eye's been killing. I gotta get to the eye doctor because they get what is it called? They'll put like a resting eye lens in. I just always wondered if someone came up with like this, if my eye would straighten out. Oh, Jane Tandy, she's in Cali and yes, I've watched her. She goes right out there. She's like, and this ain't right. Sweet pea, you might, yeah, you next time you go and get blood work, Well, see, I always tried to donate blood, and I didn't weigh enough. So first you had to be 110 pounds, and I couldn't weigh 110 pounds to save my life, or anyone else's for that matter. And then they raised it to 120, and I finally weighed enough, and I went in, and I'd been anemic my whole life. And so they gave me all the iron and everything. Well, it made me sick. It made me really, really sick. So when they do that little test when you go to give blood, and they were like, "You're anemic. We can't take it." I said, "We'll take a half a pint," because I knew my blood type. Well, of course, at the time I didn't know what my blood type, and I didn't know the information I know now. But I couldn't donate my blood, and I'll never ever. And I'm not. When I was younger, I didn't. I think it was because I just didn't weigh enough, and I actually put a couple pounds on, and I don't feel tired. I've got a copper pitcher, a really nice copper pitcher I got. And it's just that when you're Rh negative, you have more of a copper blood type. Hydrocephalus. Oh, spina bifida. My friend had one of them. A child with the spina bifida. Oh, honey, that's okay. You know what? You're here and you're with us, and it's just a bunch of love. Yeah, I hate needles too. But all that iron I had to take, and it just made me so sick. So come to find out, people that are Rh negative, you have a higher copper, and you should probably keep an eye on your pH levels. And that pH level, that has a lot to do with different diseases and cancer. Yeah, I gotta get my blood taken again. What this doctor's gonna look for, I don't know, but I don't want to go back to her. I think she's an idiot. I go in there with a Pez dispenser and say, "Hold on, let me take something for this pain," and take a Pez. It's kind of like one of those nice little mean insults that I can do. So, North, hey, oh, wait a minute, who's race baiting? Yeah, man, don't do that. Let's all get along. I don't, I don't want to start banning people. I had a great one. I had a really good one out in Statesville. I just I'm too far away. So yeah, I don't believe in the race baiting things. The only issue I have is if you can't type English. I mean, I can even read Taiwanese. Because it's just you lose something in Google Translator. I know because I used to play a game with people from Turkey, and I went to make something really funny, and I almost got kicked out of the alliance and farmed. And I was like, no, no, people can misunderstand a lot of things. So, and sometimes typing, some of us are on the phone and we have autocorrect. And well, come on, sweet Jenna, call. Okay, KM. Yeah, I'm not gonna do a whole lot of lives. I'll be doing uploads, and because I got kind of busy with packing and stuff like that. I mean, I gotta log everything, pack it to throw it in a dumpster. So, mm, so that's pretty much what we got. Would we do 2 hours? 2 hour stream? Yeah, well, I really don't want to see people banned. I just figure you just don't call people names. And the only way you're going to be able to have an intelligent conversation is stop the name calling. You're not going to get anyone's attention. You're going to get a very defensive response. Oh, drop. You tease. No, D, you're not gonna get timed out for that. No, D. There's yeah, no, we don't have a problem with that. Although the news won't tell you that. Um, you know, if you're describing an event and a black man shoots a dog, and well, I don't really think it matters. But right now, like they're doing this whole race thing on TV. They'll only show if some little Antifa member goes out and shoots up a Walmart. Okay, but if a black man goes and shoots up five black people in a park, we're not hearing about it. Now, they might do something, but they won't show you a picture. But see, the whole agenda that they're trying to follow is fear. Who was it? Omar, fear the white man. So this is all following that agenda. Ah, yay, we got phone call. Who we got?
Hi, this is Sweet Jenna.
Sweet Jenna. What you got going on, girlfriend?
Nothing. I just wanted to call and say hello to everybody. And tell you I love your show.
Well, hoping for it to get a lot better. Get some really great ideas coming up. I'm urging anyone to leave a comment and whatever they think they're interested in, or even if they find something good and they say, some suggestions, hey, you should do a show on this, we'll do. So
I'm trying to get help to find people in my area to, get together with, and also trying to find somebody to help me do like prepping for people with physical disabilities.
That would be really great. The one thing that I, because my hun, he's pretty much disabled, and I got him like a little makeup bag to keep his medications in. And a lot of the prepping, I did a stuff in a backpack show, a bug out bag. And most of the stuff I put in my bug out bag is stuff that I had around the house. And Jay Stone did a good show last night. And her as well. She had some really great ideas to put in her bug out bag. And really, like everyone thinks, oh, you need this big elaborate. Whatever you can pre-pack, like a couple pairs of socks, a couple plastic bags, some lighters. You just start putting that in a bag. Now, absolutely medications. I think we all have some extra medications at the end of the month because we all forget, and you could like put a little thing in a bag for that and just make sure you rotate your medications. And anything that you would really need, like, okay, if I was older and I had a bladder control issue, I would put some Depends away. And in that way, it's already packed. I had my bug out bag, my 64-pound bug out bag right next to the sofa on that hurricane. And that stuff, you can go back and check out the show that I did. And it was packing and mostly everything. Now I got some camping stuff. Well, I ran away from home 2 weeks before Christmas. I got mad at my hun and I froze to death outside. And you know what I got for Christmas? I got a sleeping bag. He bought me a camping stove, a sleeping bag. He bought me a rain poncho, And basically, I think he was saying next time you run away, stay longer. I don't know. But I have all this stuff. And there's a lot of really great people in the community that do some awesome bug out bags. And even I subbed to one of the guys, but this guy, but you can go into the dollar store. I get like the real big candles, the ones with like Jesus on it and everything. And they're really great. I mean, you can get hours and hours. Candles, as long as you don't have pets and little kids, can also be used for heat. Like if you lost your power, you could get everybody into one room, get a few candles going. I call your regular core base temperature, like my animals, I call them like 102 BTU, you know what I mean, for heat. So the animals are nice to snuggle up to you. Your candles, besides lighting, are really good to put off a little heat. And also, for lighting when you have kids, the dollar store, the little solar lights, and then that way the kids can go ahead and walk around, with the solar light, and so they're not really confined to one room. And there's a lot of things that can double. You get a shower curtain at the dollar store, and basically that'll keep rain off of you. And there's another guy, I think it might be copyrighted, but he literally did a real small little shelter, and he had built like sticks, and he'd taken a shovel and dug a hole, and that's how he kept himself warm. And with the stick building, it was like a little fence so the wind didn't blow his embers and everything around. So there's like some really great people out there that have great ideas. But the one thing I have to say is, especially if you're disabled, and I have MS, there's no way I could carry 64 pounds. And that's not the tent. That's not the tent. It's not the sleeping bag. This is just stuff I thought that I would need. Now, as my namesake, Murphy's Law, I get some of the stupidest accidents. Okay, so like the landlord never screwed down the vents. So we got a vent right near the kitchen sink. So what happens? The dog prances around, flips up that vent. I wasn't looking. I fell down through the floor in in the air vent, and I'm like, oh, I almost broke my leg. So like I pack ace bandages, gauze, um, Neosporin, of course, stuff for my vape, because yes, I need my nicotine. So you could just really go through your house and the things that you need, because everyone has their own circumstances. So you're like really disabled in one way. So you might need more special things than others. But there's a lot of people out there, and you can get ideas and you customize. You can get a pre-packed bug out bag, a ball bag. But when you custom it from your own house, I think that's better.
I have like an ankle brace for my club foot, and I have a Tommy Copper back brace for my back.
You got scoliosis?
No, I have spina bifida.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember I went to school with a girl that had she wore one of those braces. And my one friend's daughter had a child with spina bifida. And apparently the doctor that delivered the baby screwed up. He was doing coke that night. And that baby was so adorable. Oh my God, she was precious. She was just the love of the town. But see, something like you couldn't live without that brace. So if there was a way that you had a second brace just in case something happened, that would be something really good for you to pack. You see what I'm saying?
Right. My issue is I can get around walking inside my place, but when it comes to being like out at Walmart or something like that, I need a walking device. And if there's an actual disaster and there's trees and broken glass and everything, I wouldn't know what to do trying to push my wheelchair around.
Do you? Oh yeah, that's right. The spinal bifida. You need a wheelchair. You can't use a walker, can you?
Yeah, I can.
Do you have
I don't
one?
have one. No.
Text me your address. I have one brand new with the tags on it. When Kev came out of the hospital, they sent him home with one, and we're not using it. So if you would like it, I will mail it to you.
I would be forever grateful.
I would love to do it. If I got and you need, I'm gonna send it. And
That's how I am.
yeah, see, God does things really cool, doesn't he? I mean, who knew? Who knew I was going live? Who knew you'd be here? Who knew I'd do that little video and everybody would come, and God works in mysterious ways. But I do. I have one brand new. It has the tag. I'll clean it up real good. And hopefully the bank gives me my debit card so I can get to some money, and I'll just make sure you text it to me, not in the chat room, and I'll get it out to you this week, and hopefully you'll be rocking and rolling and standing up and doing a Foogle dance for us. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I will Foogle it out for you.
Yeah. Well,
I need to get me some Marfoogle stickers and put it all over the front.
yeah, I think we need to go with Google Marfoogle and get that around, because he's, I don't know Adam in his personal life, and I really, we don't need to. I enjoy the show. I enjoy the way his whole show is constructed, and and the call-ins. I love doing the call-ins because we get to hear from people, and you never know, what good can come of it. So when people can share information, because let's face it, everything's digital. Our friends are online, and most of us don't get together. And when you're texting, it loses a lot. And when you're, writing in a chat room, but actually talking, sometimes it's a lot easier. So who knew? And yeah, God bless. And I'll send that with love, and most definitely. And even like if people have extra things for bugging out, we can maybe if we got extra, send it to someone. So that would be, we'll just get on like a buddy system. So like if I got 2 sleeping bags and say, hey, I can only use one, and someone needs one, we'll just trade off like that. And
Order and trade system. I like it.
yeah, and we Kev would not use the walking thing, and trust me, he fell. He was in the hospital 9 days in intensive care over a cold virus, and it almost killed him. And when he came out, he couldn't walk, so they sent him home with the walker, and he never even used it. So there it is. We folded it up and we stuck it in a closet, and that was it. So I'll make sure I take it outside and clean it real good and put some bleach on it and everything, and box it up and send it out. And so yeah, guys, if you know somebody that's in need, if they're doing a bug out bag and you got 2 or 3 of something, get on a swap. If you got to say, hey, I got one of them, and get with each other, exchange emails. And if you can afford to donate it to one person, I would say send it here, but no, I would rather you guys, because I want you guys to know each other. You know what I mean? We get to know each other, and I think that would go a lot further, because I got enough stuff on my hands, and I really don't want stuff sitting in my house. So, if somebody else has something extra, is there anything else that maybe somebody else might have that can help out for you?
I don't know, but if I come across an idea, I will be sure to get in touch with you to put me through to somebody who can help me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we'll get you up and walking, and I'm so glad you called in, sweetheart. And God bless.
I wish I could reach to the phone and give you a big old hug.
Hey, you never know. I don't know what state you're in, but I might travel soon and I might stop by and I might take you up on that hug. But you got to walk to the door to let me in.
I'm in Central Virginia somewhere.
Oh, okay. Cool. Virginia. I'm not far. I'm in North Carolina.
Yeah, so you're really not too far from me.
No, no.
Hop, skip, and a jump.
I almost, did you ever hear of Indian Rock in West Virginia?
I think I've heard of it. I'm not sure where it is.
Yeah, you can look it up on the internet. I was looking at buying that property. It's some old land and the natives used it and they got like these really high erected stones. It's like 45, I think it was like 45 acres. And I wanted to buy the land because of the history. And but then my friend said, yeah, man, that's sitting right on the fault line. And I was like, oh dang. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
but
I did have a walker at one point, but we went through some hard times, and you know how you gotta send a money order to some places to pay your payments. Well, some of our money orders ended up disappearing in the mail or something.
Oh
or
no.
They cashed them, and they came and repossessed the car with my walker in it.
Oh dang. Well, we'll get you one. And you know, if anybody's in need for anything, just call in. And you never know. There's, especially with the Foo fam, there's some genuinely good, great-hearted people. And you know,
Absolutely.
we got to help each other because things may get really rough. Maybe they won't. I hope they don't. But if they do, we got to realize that we can't always depend on the government. You know, they got rules and this and that and everything else. And I think that if we do one-on-one and start helping each other, for one, it feels real good to do that. Like, especially knowing that I know, you know, about your issue. I've had a friend, and knowing that you're going to be able to not just have to roll yourself through the house, but you'll be able to walk. So that's going to make me feel really good. And then you're going to get something you really need. And I don't even know how much those things cost, but the insurance picked it up. So, you know, and it's just sitting here. He's not going to use it. And it still has a tag hanging off of it. So,
you're gonna make me cry.
oh, baby girl, don't cry. No, it's a blessing. It's God's work. You know what I mean? And
it's really hard to get around, so I spend most of my time in my bed.
Hey, when my lung hurt, I was almost 3 months on a sofa that I popped the spring and doing the boogle during a shout throw. So I get it there. And the church is going to hook me up. They're going to, you know, get me another sofa. So when we move, you know, and I don't even know if I'll be able to stay in a bedroom. We got to look, or if we do get a landlord, say, can we take the carpeting out? Most I don't even think we're going to move most of this stuff, like everything with fabric and all. I know we're just not going to be able to take with us. If we can't clean it properly, we're just gonna have to write it off. So I'm going to be really blessed with getting another sofa. And but that's the way it works. People need to help people more. Sometimes when you donate to a big organization like the Goodwill or something, I mean, I get it. I've dropped off lots of clothes and shoes that were in great condition, but some people don't even have $20 to get a walker for from there. And sometimes I don't really like to donate money. I would rather send what people need. And yeah, and then I know, because I mean, things are tight. Sometimes people are in a situation, and if you send them, you like say, okay, they need $100 for this, that, or the other, and it sometimes it just doesn't get used for that, and so yeah, it'd be way cool. I would love to get something really cool going, and because we got to help each other. And I think the whole Fugle love thing, we can take it a step more, because what Adam has started with Marfoogle TV is absolutely awesome. He goes through his show, he showcases people, and some people do the right thing. Like me, I'm sitting here going, okay, well, how do I top this? So I'm thinking, okay, well, where I'm going to go from here is, I'm going to reach out to the dispatchers and get them to call in. And because people want to know, I want to know, I'm real curious, and stuff like that. But Marfoogle TV is a movement in its own, and it's about people getting along. It's about people loving people again, and people helping people. So, hopefully we can do a spin-off, and if someone's in need of something and someone has something extra, we just send it on. And the only thing I could say is, one day, if you're in a better position, pay it forward. If you got something somebody needs.
I always help people. I'm the one that my husband needs. I drive him crazy. I'm like, baby, but they're homeless. Let's give them $5. Who cares what they use it for?
Yeah. It's rough. And I sometimes I get in a spitting contest with people who are like, boomers are the fault. And it's not. And we got to stop labeling each other and realize that we're all human beings. And from time to time, people, me being 54, I bought into the dream of, when I got older, I worked my whole life and paid into the system, that I was going to live a couple years and pay my bills. And really, back in the days, we were like, oh, wow, we're going to get $1,600 a month. $1,600 was a lot of money. Now I'm 54, $1,600 is not much at all. And it's like, I've heard tales of old ladies eating cat food, for Pete's sakes, you know what I mean? And that's just a shame. And I actually, if you look back, I did a video, Nobody in America Needs to Go Hungry, where I've actually hit up the church, and I about every 3 weeks I hit the church here, and they hook me up with mostly vegetables. It might be a bunch of potatoes. Sometimes it's green peppers. Oh, I was ecstatic. I got like 2 bags of oranges. I hadn't had an orange. The last time I saw an orange, I was stuffing it up the butt of my turkey. So it's like little things like that, because, hon, he's not working and we're waiting. And basically, I spend 150 a month on food, and he'll get like bread and milk or butter throughout the month. But I get all the meats and the chicken, and I cook from scratch. A lot of people, some people think that 150 isn't. They're like, oh, I spend 250 a week. Well, some people, like, they get Hungry Man dinners or Stouffer lasagna or takeout. We don't do all that. You really have to know how to cook. And, for the most part, a good meal will cost me about $3, and we could eat off of that for 2 days. So Deb says, Deborah says that cat food's too high now. It's cheaper to eat people food. But if you shop right now, there's a place down the road. It's called Paulie's. They have, and maybe twice a year, I can like finagle things, shopping, and I can afford steak. And for my birthday, I always want steak. And I got 2 really great steaks, New York strip without the bones, for $12. I get 1 chicken breast. It costs about $2. And I can make a meal with 1 chicken breast that feeds both of us, and we'll still have leftovers. So, and Aldi's is like my favorite for canned food. You can get a can of vegetables for 38 cents. So,
right. Yeah, My poor husband, he's got a lot on his plate. He's got my little disabled pet. Plus, he's taking care of his sister and her husband. We're getting up there in age a little bit and having their own health difficulties. My husband is a United States Marine Corps veteran with post-traumatic stress. He's taking care of all three of us single-handedly.
God bless him. Tell him, I'm sure most of the Foo Fam and I want to say thank you for his service. My man, you know what? After 14 years in the Army, as cool as a cucumber, and he's seen some stuff. So I've never seen not one instant, and this is in 5 years, he just doesn't get angry. I don't know how he does it. And trust me, I'm a handful. He'll tell you, he says, she's my little hippie chick. She's a handful, but I love her. And I do. I get cranky. I'm stuck in the house. And of course, the house don't make me feel good. And, I kind of, I don't know. I get in stupid little arguments with him just because. But, yes, thank him.
I have more onesies in my bedroom closet than I have actual street clothes. I've got like Eeyore and Harry Potter and a shark. I love my onesies.
What's a onesie?
Jammy set?
Were they like PJs?
Yeah, but they're like baby clothes for adults.
With the little feeties and the little hatch in the back, a back hatch.
Oh no, these don't have the back hatch. They're like little jammy clothes.
You need one with the back hatch, just in case.
That would be great.
Yeah,
if
right.
You ask anyone in the Marfoogle family, they'll tell you Gary calls me the baby.
Yeah, well, that's cool. And if I remember correctly, Kimberly's daughter, she just stayed very tiny. Now I haven't seen the I think when I moved away from Jersey, I think the baby was about 3 years old. And I never got to see her say her first word or anything. But how about that? I think I don't know exactly what happened, but I do know that the doctor was there was cocaine in his system, and part of the baby's issues were because the doctor was high. And she fought for years and years, and I still don't know all what happened because I haven't been back to Jersey in 20 years. So that's really tough. And look, you need anything, you got my number. If I don't have it, we'll find it. And we'll try to hook you up somehow or another. And I got a wonderful church here in my area, and within reason, shipping it or something like that, we'll try to get you settled, because I know that probably you getting out is probably like an act of Congress. You probably have to have specialty things. So who knows, maybe someone really cool out here, maybe they can, maybe you need a good means of transportation that
Oh, we have a car now. We have a new car.
Or anything like that. Maybe if you need a ramp built, or I don't know, a clap-on light, or you know what I mean? There's good-hearted people. Lotus, she's in Virginia. Lotus Blossom.
This whole family is absolutely amazing. I do not know where I'd be without any of them.
Lotus BLSSM was asking where you lived. I said Virginia. I got the walker covered. I got one brand new. Hey, hold on 1 second, okay? Just give me 1 second. Just you can keep talking. You're right next to the mic. Talk to the
okay,
talk to the Murfco. Here you go.
All right. But I have such a weak immune system that I could just stand in my doorway and I will end up really sick. Just trying to be outside to go ground or something. I'll get really sick. I'll end up with a sore throat, a fever, the coughing, the aching. So even going to Walmart is very dangerous for me because I'm like a little kid. I want to play with all the stuffed animals. I want to touch the toys. I want to do this. I want to do that. I scoot my way around the whole store holding onto the shopping cart with my feet flat on the ground just shuffling along. But I end up sick every time, so I basically just stopped going anywhere, so I didn't get sick. You know how it is with the carts, you gotta worry about sanitizing and everything, because I am basically literally a little kid. I want to get into everything. I don't know what else to say. I'm just me. But this Marfoogle family is taking me under their wing like nobody else's business. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate every last one of you. You guys are amazing. I love you guys so much. My J-Stone, my Carolyn Low, I mean all of you. Especially the big food. Gotta love the big food. Because without the big food, I don't think any of us would be doing what we're doing. So we all love him. I can actually see chat right now while I'm talking. So.
Oh, Pat. Her husband served in the Marines and is taking care of her and 2 other people on his own.
Yeah, we love Miss Foogle and Baby Foogle. Oh, I can't help it. Every time I think about MARFIA Love, I just crack the hell up.
Hey, sweetheart, are you in front of your computer?
I'm on my cell phone, but I got the chat up.
Look at the screen.
Okay. What am I looking for, babe?
Okay, this is the walker I'm sending you. It's got the wheels on both sides. It has I guess that's the locking point. Okay.
That's perfect.
So
that's perfect.
Phoebes isn't full of stuff. Phoebes pretty much. And Kev said from one soldier to another, he said, yeah, send it to her, babe. So you're in.
That is complete awesome sauce. You guys are going to make me cry yet again. I am so sensitive, I swear to God.
Do you have tennis balls? Or no, that's for the other one. This one has wheels. Because I know with the other ones, a lot of times it's real hard for people to lift it up and for them to go. So
that's going to help me a lot. But eventually I want to get me one of those ones with a seat on it. So that if I have to sit down emergency style with my seizures, then I can just pop a spot.
Oh, dang, you get
I
seizures.
ain't scared to just sit on the floor of the store if I have to.
Little Allison, is that for, I know AA, it's so bad. I'm getting spanked for smoking. Is that for her, the seat without the seat and the pink thing, little Allison? Okay, Aaron. I just looked into the chat.
But I would definitely appreciate anything.
Get with little Allison. I think she's got something that she might be able to help with as well. See, and this is the full fam movement. You know what I mean? A pink walker, anyone can have. She's got a pink walker.
I like that little girl when you showed me because I was going to polarize it with a bunch of stickers.
Oh, do you watch InfoWars?
I used to before he disappeared on me.
Yeah, they stream, Ron Gibson streams on Vaughn Live, but I got some InfoWars stickers I'll send with it.
Oh, that would be awesome sauce.
Yeah. So I'll hook you up with some stickers as well. Okay, sweetie, I'm gonna let you go. And
all right, honey.
much love.
To you.
Yeah, well, I'll let you know. I got your number, so I'll let you know when I ship it out, and I'll make sure that you know when to look for it. So, because they're gonna have to drop it at the door, and then that way, if I say, okay, well, it's gonna be Monday, next Monday or something, because I still got to go fight with the bank. They got me so screwed up with this debit card expire, and I'm like, no. So
I understand.
yeah, and I don't really keep a lot of cash. Well, lately, I've been trying to start the a flea market business. So I took the time while I was down, besides, like watching and listening to my shows and falling asleep and whatnot. I bought products to sell because who doesn't like to shop? I'm a girl. Come on, guys, I like to shop. But the reality of it is I have way too much stuff. I don't know where all the stuff came from. So besides stuff that, I'm just going to probably say, okay, I don't really need it because we're moving. And I really like running to the mailbox. So I started ordering.
I definitely like to talk with you more often.
Oh yeah, sure. I got some really cool products. I bid on eBay. I got these cool Batman rings. I gotta find out if Bruce Wayne. We got a guy that he's just been a friend forever with all of us. And he goes by name Bruce Wayne. And I gotta find out what his ring size is because I got Batman rings. And one of these rings I bid on, nobody else bid on, and I got it for 6 cents. Like they started the bidding out at a penny. Well, maybe somebody else did bid on it. So I paid like 6 cents for this ring, and I got a couple of them, several of them. I'll take them up to the flea market and sell them maybe $3. It's great markup. So, and I had, there's only so much you can do. It's bad enough, because I'm agoraphobic and getting out of the house is really hard. So I'm pretty much in my own jail anyway, but not really being able to move off the sofa was worse. So the one thing that I really enjoyed was bidding on things, with the plans of, hey, I'm going to get better and I'm going to, I'm starting a business. So for about, it was like every month I went and I used maybe about $150. And because that's kind of like household money, and I wasn't really going anywhere to, I was fine. I had enough stuff in the house that I needed. So I was like, oh, cool. So to get myself out of the house, I had to walk up to the mailbox. It's about a block away. And then, who isn't happy about getting a package, right? So, and it's like, okay, cool. I'm getting this. So about 4 months later, I'm like, okay, it's go time. I'm ready to hit the flea market now. And I got plenty of product. And I'm like one of these people that I can start a business with nothing. And you figure for months and months, only 150. So I got about, I probably have about $1,000 that I've been doing and doing and doing. And I should make naturally, I'm not going to sell it all in one day, but you roll up to my place at the flea market, there's something for everyone. Slap watches for kid, Mickey for women, Eiffel Towers, necklaces. I got Nightmare Before Christmas necklaces. They didn't send my Betty Boop though. Just such cool things. I was like, oh yeah, I really like this, so hopefully there's something for everybody when they roll up. Computer stuff, speakers, computer fans. I even found the saddlebags for a bicycle. So I was like, yeah, well, let me get one of them. And it's nice because I didn't have to go through a big warehouse and get 50 of one thing, but I was trying to be really cool because mostly everyone offered free shipping. So I was like, okay, well, let me make it worth their time and purchase $20. And like when you're buying from Thailand or Hong Kong, the money exchange for them, it's a lot of money. Like I even figured out what their cost of living was, like how much would it cost to rent a house, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh wow, so $20 in our money is like $100 in some of their money. And in their money, the average cost of a house is about $460 a month. And I thought, in a way it made me feel good because I'm getting a product to resell, I'm going to make a profit off of. And then I'm thinking to myself, I just made 1/5 of that person's rent. So, in a way, I get it with the big stuff, the big factories sending stuff, but these are just the little people out there. But I got some really great finds. I'm excited. I might even tape it, when I get everything all set up, I'll take my camera and put it up on a still, up on the stand and just tape the part and then edit it out where people walk up and see what they're taking. And because I'm real excited about it. I do miss being out among people, and I get like sometimes with the MS, it's almost like I get Tourette's tics. And sometimes like when you're a little messed up, you don't want to go out because people are going to look at you and stare at you, and they just know you're not right, and you want so badly to be right and normal, and when I really stopped going out a lot, I had rolled up to a gas station and had gotten a cup of coffee, and I had like this muscle spasm, and I had drenched 3 people with scalding hot coffee, and I hit the ground. I figured I was going to get beat up. I was like, oh no, I'm going to get beat up. And so it's like there's a lot of times when things are acting up and whatnot, and I'm sure that this place is not doing my health any good. And so I just I shop for a month because I don't know if in 2 weeks I'm gonna be all right. I've had my legs go out, I fall. And okay, so seeing how we're like sharing things, if anyone has about a kid size full frontal football mask that they're not using from their kids, I need head protection because I fall a lot.
I fall too. I fall
Okay, make that 2 football helmets. Sweet Jenna needs one too.
I still have my fontanelle open from when I was a baby. I have my soft spot still.
I got my scalp issues going on, and Drop really hooked me up. Drop he finds different things, and he'll be like, I'm sending you this. And so he sent me a lot of things. I mean, I got a ham radio. He sent me a gas mask with a filter, a diffuser with thyme oil, the fenugreek thyme seeds. There's a couple other things I know I'm forgetting about. Oh, he sent me one of those little pyramid things to try to help stop my ears from ringing. And Drop's real good people. He does a lot for a lot of people. Hi, Tam.
Drop is amazing. Yeah,
He is. He is. I mean, I sometimes people send packages. Tim G sent me extra backpacks. That's how I did my bug out bag. So this is people do for me, and I do for others, and we need to keep doing this stuff. And there's just some.
I want to go and get down to the Hobby Lobby and start making Frugal Fam bracelets with the little box letters on it.
Oh, that would be so cool. That would be really cool.
And I could sit in bed and do that, so that would be no problem.
Yeah, right. That would be awesome. I bet.
And I wouldn't even charge for it. find it to whoever wants one.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But everyone's
Well,
real.
maybe I'll take the proceeds and turn it around and donate it to LCJ.
Oh, that would be really cool. That would be awesome. You know, and life can be a really beautiful thing. And I think sometimes when people have it really hard, the devil wins. And I do, you know, I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, and I believe there's a devil. And you know, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. But some people, you know, they get very envious of, oh, I wish I had that house, or I wish I had that sweater. And I think that one of the things about roughing it in life is kind of like you need to be appreciative of what you have and celebrate. If one of your friends, like I've had some really weird people in my life, like they just want it to be me. It was like, oh, I like that. Oh, I want that. Oh, you know what I mean? And sometimes I would sit there and be like, eh. But I think that we need to be appreciative and start counting our blessings for what we do have. And I think the younger generation today, they see that their parents have this and their parents have that, and they think that everybody automatically started out in a $200,000 home. And they forget the fact that their parents struggled, they had the children, and they probably lived in a $50,000 home. And as it went up in value, then maybe they sold it, they got the cash, they put, because you got to start somewhere. And, you know, some people, they're lucky, they just get to inherit that stuff. But other people, you know, life is a struggle, and we just have to be kinder to each other. And you know, when you get a new car, I'm going to be happy you got a new car. I don't want your car. I want you to be happy with your new car, and I'm happy for you. So there's a really big difference. And you know, I think that we all have something that we can teach each other.
Hold on. Hi, Murphy's Law.
Hi, sweetheart. Whom are you? Just your first name.
Well, I'm the Donna from the Dawn of Organized Crew.
Oh, awesome, Don. My hun said hi. He was Army, and the walker was his. And I said, oh, hun, he's a military personnel and his wife really needs. And he said, okay, go ahead, honey, do it. So we're sending her a walker from one military man that's thankful to another military man, our family to yours.
Well, I really appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate all that you did and sacrificed, and sounds like you're doing a really wonderful job. And you know, don't stress.
Well, I do what I can. I mean, one thing I gotta say, my whole life I've always been a fighter, and I've never let anything keep me down.
Nope. And you just, you know, sometimes, and I get in ruts. I deal with PTSD also. And I get a little hard to deal with. You know, I'm not like really violent unless I have to be. Like if somebody comes up and pushes me, well, that's on them. You know, I'm defending myself, but I get it. I have a couple friends that suffer with that. And so what you're doing and the patience you have, dude, you're doing just fine. Just keep up the good work. Look up at God and just say, God, I need strength. And you'll just keep on plugging. And the main thing is, no matter what the devil does, be happy. Know that little woman, you love her, and your children, you get to watch them grow. And we all make it somehow. And it just makes us stronger.
Well, I would always tell myself that if you fall, just pick yourself up and dust yourself off and keep moving forward.
Yep. Yeah. Well, we can't change anything that we've done in the past, and I don't really think that we should have regrets. But if we learn from different things, and you know what, I don't really like to call anyone disabled. I just think that disabled people face a challenge. And I think once you feel you're disabled, you kind of feel useless. Because I used to roof. I owned and operated a roofing company, and I'm just a tiny little thing, and I could throw stuff around all day long. And it was hard when I got hit with the MS, and I felt very useless and stuff like that. And I have a lady that actually comes out, and she's from a peer support group, and she helps me get out of the house. She's kind of like a handler. So she's trying to like emerge me back into society. And she had said something about, I said, I don't consider myself disabled. I consider life to be a little bit more of a challenge than most people. So she like loves having me as a client. She's like, she says, wow, she says, just your outlook on thing. I said, well, you should use the wording because it really helps. You know what I mean? And it's just like the term depression. Look, people get in ruts. They're behind in their bills. They're not depressed. They're facing a challenge. But see, as soon as they put that label on you, depression, they want to fill you full of drugs. And that's so thrown around. And you know, because they ask you, are you feeling depressed? No. Do I like my situation? No. Can I change it? Eventually. So, you know, it
See, my thing is I already know I'm on a list, and you know what? It don't bother me one bit. They could take whatever they want from me, but they're not going to keep me down.
yeah.
I don't care if I use a brick. I would use a brick to defend myself and my family if I have to.
Exactly. They can't ban everything. And Kev, same thing with what he did, because he was a sergeant for so long. He's on that same list, you know, and we know that all of our veterans, because let's face it, you guys were trained to kill. You were trained to protect and kill. And there's a guy called Emerald. He has a fund. He actually has a GoFundMe. He's called Emerald City. And what he's doing, he's got some acres out in California, and what he's building is a place for vets. So some of our vets that are coming back that maybe things aren't working out, it's going to be like almost kind of like a little community, and then the vets can kind of get acclimated. You know, he's going to be planting stuff and then like all the building and whatnot. And he's had some success. He's had some people out on the property, and if they need a place to stay, they're going to be staying there. So he's doing his part, and I think he's a builder by trade. But you can look him up. I haven't seen him in my chat room lately, but he's doing what he can, and this is just a regular person. And we know that when our people come back from service, that they're so hyped up because they just tear you down. And you know, you are basically told what to do, when to sleep, when to stay awake. And I agree with them. I've sent them some cards and tucked a few dollars in there for him to continue his good work. And these are the things that are, you know, our government's so worried about taking care of people that don't even belong here. And we need to take care of our own. We need to take care of our military, our veterans. We need to take care of all these people. And
they need to stop worrying about these illegals for the simple fact. If you want to come to our country, do it the legal way. I mean,
yep.
A lot of foreign immigrants that came into our country came in the legal way.
Yeah, and people are still waiting.
What makes them any different?
People are still waiting.
More about the better.
Well, did you hear what Ben Carson's doing? Ben Carson, okay, starting September 1st, this was a couple months ago, he is in charge of all the HUD housing. He has written it up and it has passed. Starting September 1st, the people that are illegal getting our government housing or getting evicted, they have 6 months to get out. And, okay, of course, there's always an and. They can renew it twice, up to twice. So it may take up to 18 months to get these people out. But we are getting them out of our housing. They're not going to be here living for free. Now, each town, each each county, they do the food. So the food stamps, stuff like that. I think the counties also will help with medical. I believe now the housing, I think it's state or county, but Ben Carson's making it happen. If Ben Carson runs in 2024, I would vote for him. That man has his stuff together. And the fact that we got all these homeless people in our vets, and I don't think that we need to stack and pack them in an apartment, especially vets and people with PTSD. You don't want them living right next to each other. They need a little land. They need a little bit of area so they're not bothered. And then they can, so good news is coming. We got some good people, but old Ben, he's getting these people out, and I should dig a little and maybe upload something about what old Ben Carson's doing. And it's changing. It took some time and it took the right people, but hurrah.
He said just say thank you very much. He has to run and get me some food so I can take my medicine real quick. But right now, as it sits, we have $600 and 11 months away from owning our own home through the VA.
You're how far away from the...
Okay. We have to put like $600 down when it comes time, but it's going to be in 11 months that we can get funded, get the ball rolling for us. Go to the house.
Kev has been waiting 4 years for his VA benefits. We've been fighting for over 4 years. And he didn't have an advocate, but there is some programs, like certain things, like if you need stuff fixed in your house and everything, there are, at least here, I mean, out in North Carolina, we have a lot of vets, but there's actual programs, like if we needed a ramp, if Kev, comes to the point where he can't walk, the state will actually come out, and there are VA programs where they'll actually put a ramp up for him. Or I don't know what else is involved because I haven't really looked at it, but there's a lot of programs. And like I tell a lot of people, if you are challenged and you have some issues, go to the best thing you can do is find a social worker. The social workers.
Yeah, we're standing in a tiny little apartment with 4 people and 2 cats right now. My sister-in-law's husband is an Army veteran. My husband's a veteran, and they will not let us put a ramp on the apartment.
Yeah, okay, that's I would pull the disabilities thing, say, hey, I'm in a wheelchair, and unless you want to pay because there's not proper lighting, I know with the vets, basically when you need help or something like that, they want an advocate. But when you're disabled, you want to get a hold of a social worker. And under the Disabilities Act, I think that what you need to do is probably put in writing to the landlord and state the code under the Disabilities Act that you need the proper lighting. Your man, he's got to sometimes carry you or whatever, and it ain't going to be pretty if you trip, and it's just a light. Maybe you can even get a little solar light and you can stick it somewhere. Or
we got plenty of light. They won't let us put a ramp up.
No, they have to do that. And that's under, if I can help, I'll look and see what code that falls under for the Disabilities Act. You have to have access to your home, and you've already rented and this, that, and the other. I'm pretty sure. Let me see.
You know how messed up the VA system is.
Yeah,
The only thing that kept us away from having a house already right now. Oh, I see your kitty.
oh, that's
The only thing that
monks.
kept us away from the house was we didn't have good enough rental history. That's the only thing that stopped us. So we had to get in this tiny crap ass apartment where everything's all messed up, the air conditioning don't work all the way, and you know, we are almost there. We are almost free. We just got to make it till August. We have everything already set up, ready to go, but we got to make it till August. It's a real pain in the butt. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you. Where'd she go? Did she have to run off real quick? Ooh. Where was it? Look, y'all, we are so close to having a home. We even were looking at homes last year about this time. We were going around with a realtor company looking. But the financier wanted us to have a more stable rental history because we kept having to move around while we were in Ohio. We moved to Virginia because my dad is going through radiation treatment right now.
Oh, wow.
So we're here to take care of him, even though I need taking care of. He has an alpaca farm that he's running by himself. His farm hand quit, his maid quit. They just left him high and dry after they robbed him.
Yeah, check Craigslist for he should put something out there on Craigslist for hiring temporary work. Even try maybe a temp service, tell him. Because really, I mean, that's seasonal. He's probably not going to be able to put somebody to work, and you never know. People lose jobs all the time, and they're just looking for something in between. Say Craigslist and even a temp service. Heck, some jails, you know, see now it's a farm. Some of the jails have work release programs, so where they can be picked up in the morning and they can go and work all day, and then they have to go back to the jail. So tell your friend to check into that. You know, it's
my dad.
Yeah, tell your dad, say check in and see if your county has a work release program, and you know, it's steady work, and he's not going to have to hear that you know, the dog left, the wife left, all that stuff. Basically, these people are really just happy to get out of jail, and they have to work. They're just happy to have, you know, 8 hours of fresh air. So that's always a really good source to get people for labor. You know, I don't know what the pay rate is or anything like that, but chances are it's, you know, for once American. And yeah, sometimes people are in jail when they shouldn't be. Or, you know, they, you know, maybe they don't have someone sending them money or something. But when I had the roofing company, I was going to start that. I was going to take 1 or 2 people and let them work, you know, for the roofing. So that's always a good place to find workers.
Well, honey, I have really enjoyed our nice long conversation. We gotta do this again, and maybe in a little private call.
Absolutely, absolutely, sweetheart.
I need to rest a little bit here.
Oh, you go ahead. I'm gonna end the stream. I think I've been on 3 or 4 hours. I don't know where the time goes. I get back here in my own little world, and but
it seems like we've been on the phone for 2 hours.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, text me your address, and Monday I'm going to go about my card. So and I'll pick up a box, and I'll let you know when this is sent out. And you know, if anything, you can send a picture. Well, my email's kind of right now, but Send a cool picture to Marf. He would probably enjoy it with you walking on your new walker.
Oh, yes, I'm going to love doing that, but I got to get all my stickers on it first and personalize it.
Okay, you got it, girlfriend. You have a wonderful day, and thanks for calling in.
Love you, Sam. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, sweetheart. How cool was that? Well, we're down at 32 people. Anybody else want to call in or got anything to say or... I know, I lick my lips a lot. It's dry back here. Dry but moist. Go figure it out. Thanks, Aaron. Aaron, I can't get on Twitch. Google signed me out, and apparently my account is to an old phone, so I can't verify my phone. The only thing, thank God it wasn't a Gmail account that I signed up with. So the only thing I could do was put the code in, and they're like, yeah, we can't verify you. So the only reason I still have YouTube is because it's on a Brave browser. And I'm going to, now that I got a bunch of people, I'm going to see how that's going to work. And maybe I can, what do you call? Anyway, yeah, I know, drop, but the thing is I get information, and I had to for Vaughn. At least I got Murphy's Law's name in Vaughn. But through Brave, you earn as you go. So this is like the first full month I'm using Brave. And I think after 2 days, I earned 37 cents. Now, you're not going to get rich on this. But if I start dropping the Brave link and people get the Brave browser and download it, well, they'll make, I don't know, $5, $10 or something a month. And as they use it, I make a little bit of money as well. So I'm up for any way to screw Oogle. So because I'm still ticked off that they're selling my information. So I'm going to use their platform, and I'm going to do the stuff I want to do, and they ain't got nothing. So, and, the more people that leave Oogle, and go to someplace like Brave, well, the more everyone gets to stick it to them. You got to play by their rules and beat them by their own rules. And, that's what I'm going to do. So, blessed be. Okay, Rebel. So, all right, guys, man, let's wrap it up. I love you all. Thank you so much. I am projecting to do some really cool stuff. Okay, clan, I love you, brother. You stay cool. And I just I'm gonna follow the Foo Fam. We're gonna promote each other and help each other, and I really want to make the Foo Fam very proud. And I'm gonna do my best. That's all I can do. I can't make any promises except that I'm gonna do my best. So, and I saw Bruce in here somewhere. Let's see, what do I got? I got my end song that I love to play. Let's see, it's in download, and this is for all our military people out there. And where is it? It's been a while. The heck is it even called? Oh, well, where is it? You gotta get us something. I didn't have this set up. Bad. Well, I thought it was right up front. I don't know. That's that one. It was up front. I'm missing it. Wow. I can't find it. Everything used to be in alphabetical order here, and it's not. All right, here's something cool. I'm just gonna play this. It's not my normal. Let me take one more faster look. Oh, where is it? I'm not binding it. Ah, I found it. To our military friends out there, thank you for your service. God bless. Good night. Love everyone.